Hi. It is
Hello.
I, Jacob Moore, the self-proclaimed sports analyst. I'm saying because Dan was doing a dance and it was way too much energy for what we just witnessed.
Way too much energy, Dan. Way too much. You're way too into this.
I'm being like a mime, stuck in a box.
Well, anyways, let me introduce the
More
usual.
entertaining hockey game we just watched.
Let's introduce the usual suspects. It is myself, Jacob
Hello,
Moore,
myself.
sports analyst, joined by Adam, who is never alone. Take that as you will.
With his
Mr.
hand.
Moore for your money,
Woo!
who will show up anywhere if you pay him $20.
That's right.
True.
And Lane Dashing Dashko, the most dashing man I've ever seen in my life, even though I can't see him right now.
He disappeared.
Maybe he's getting himself a little.
He's playing as much effort as the Leafs did tonight.
Well,
So-
I have one thing I want to say about this game. Where did I? Don't know where it go. Out of Mickey. Actually, oh, here it is. Hold on,
Jacob.
I am now moving on. I am done with the Leafs. That's why I'm wearing the Argos jersey. I got on a football helmet. I'm done with hockey. What the hell was that?
Okay.
Blue 45.
There's only based on the title that we have for today, which is what happens now. So there's one thing I want to see. I want to see it either tomorrow or I want to see it Monday morning. I don't want to see anything else over the next 72 hours, next 3 days. All I want to see is a Leaf, either a trade from the Leafs or Craig Berube gets fired. That's it. That's all they have to do in the next 72 hours. Either you make a trade or you fire Craig Berube. There's nothing else to do. There's no line combination moves that you can make. There's nothing else to do. You either make a trade and acquire somebody to play in the top six, or you fire Craig Berube, or you do both. Craig Berube cannot continue his job, in my opinion, either after tonight's game. I'd be surprised if he keeps it if we lose Saturday. I'd be even more surprised if we lose on Sunday. There's nothing else to do. But that was pretty funny, Jacob.
I'm glad Key likes the bit.
Wow.
I gotta agree with Adam here. I mean, I'm even at the point where I'm not just okay. The helmet's also kind of a gag, but at the same time, I've been trying so hard to be positive about this Leaf team, and it's very difficult when they go out there and play that uninspired.
I do have a question for you too.
Blue 45.
And when St. Louis won the cup, and Craig Berube was the coach, where were they in January?
Dead last.
And then they won the cup. We are not in January yet, so I still have hope.
You know, I've said
It's
that.
not that I don't have hope. It's that this team. You brought up St. Louis, so I will say that St. Louis team was playing very uninspiring hockey, and Craig Berube came in and he inspired the team to play well and all this, and he's not inspiring this Leafs team. And it's not that I don't have faith that he could turn it around. It's that he's shown him and this team has shown nothing that they can turn it around. And it's you either fire him now or you fire him later in the season, and the season's already gone. There's no, you can't keep doing the same thing and expecting a differing result. It's just been too inconsistent, and I'm fed up with it. And honestly, I would expect that Keith Peely, given all that he's talked about wanting this franchise to succeed and do better than what they have been doing, you fire Craig Berube. If they were really serious about it, if Peely is serious about this team succeeding, then Craig Berube will be fired either tomorrow morning, or he'll be fired at the end of the weekend. There's nothing else to do. You do not trust Craig Berube to turn this around anymore because it hasn't shown that he's capable of doing it. Dan, and I understand he's won a cup before and he's turned around a team, but he was also brought in to do that. He's already here. He's the reason this team sucks.
But who else do you bring?
His system.
You've gone through Juan Wilson. You've gone through Andy Carlisle. You've gone through Sheldon Keefe. You've gone through Mike Babcock. Now you're going through Craig Berube. How many coaches do you go through before you will stop blaming the coach?
It's the coach
Problem is you can't trade the players.
playing his system.
And you can't trade the players because they all have no move clauses.
Well, whose fault was that?
Watch the GM.
Dubas.
Exactly.
And
But Dubas
Shanahan.
isn't here anymore.
There's nobody else to blame this.
Do we
on
see
this
Matthews
point.
requesting a trade at this point?
I still love the Leafs, but something needs to be done. And Leafs suck from Den Six Nations. And look,
friend of the program, hello.
I gotta say this here, like the Leafs are still only 5 points out of a playoff spot, and I don't even care. They are playing so uninspired. I really felt for Dennis Hill to be. I think maybe he should switch to football like I am. Like this was just pathetic. Like you're getting a goalie that's keeping you in games.
I still think our third goal was weak.
That won't keep the lines together long enough to see if they'll do anything. Although I did think Nylander, Nyes, and Matthews looked very uninspired. I thought you know what, at times the second line looked okay. I do agree with some comments here, and Adam, you and I are being called out a little bit here in the comment section. And yeah, maybe
wow,
the problem is though, you can't.
How was he? Well, you watched the game, did you not?
I did.
Well, he was bad. But I didn't say he was going to be. Did I say he was going to be good tonight? I just said that people could regret it if he's traded, if he plays well. Like, I'm not.
You said he was worth $13 million.
I'm not. I didn't say he was worth $13 million. I said he was being paid $13 million. I said he was being overpaid. So now my words are being twisted. I didn't say he was worth it. I just said he's being paid.
The good old bleep twist.
Dan,
oh, good Lord, no, Dan.
What I said was that he got paid. Oh, he got paid the $13 million because that's what he felt he did deserve based on the last contract he got.
Yeah.
Which I also thought was an overpay, and I've said that before.
True.
But guys, I want to bring up a bigger issue than, and again, I can kind of see why people are saying Matthews needs to be traded. Needs to be gone. Matthews needs to be traded. My big thing is you can't trade him unless you make him want to leave. And don't worry, Key, we will get to your comment about football coming up. And yeah, sorry, it is 13.5, not 13. That's a good point.
13 by 5.
But with a no move, you basically have to try to make this work for the next couple years. Right now, you could make the same argument. Nylander looked terrible tonight too, and so did Nyes.
Well, he's only 11.5.
But what I'm saying is, I think the only solution right now is to fire Craig Berube. And I think the helmet's coming off. That is take the football helmet off but I think the big thing is for Berube, under Sheldon Keefe, they were never shut out. Craig Berube has now been shut out twice in 70 games. Under Sheldon Keefe, you made it to the second round. Under Craig Berube, you made it to the second round. However, I think you would argue that Craig Berube had a better team than Sheldon Keefe had. And under Sheldon Keefe, Austin Matthews scored 69 goals. Phenomenal number. Under Craig Berube, Austin Matthews can't even score 50. Under Sheldon Keefe, Morgan Riley had a career year. Under Craig Berube, Morgan Riley looks like the former shell of himself. This team doesn't work with the way Craig Berube coaches. If you look at that St. Louis Blues team and you look at this Toronto Maple Leaf team, they are drastically different, and they're not built to play Berube's system. So at the end of it, I don't care who you bring in. I don't care if Dan gets hired as the new coach for the Toronto Maple Leafs and just uses EA NHL 26, the overalls, to figure out who should play together and trade anyone with the same overall. I don't care at this point. Just something absolutely has to change. And Key, don't worry, your comment did not go against any of our guidelines. But we will get to your comment. Don't worry. So let's actually get to that comment from Key. Speaking of football, this is one of those rigged games today where the commentators clearly had a piece of the pie before the game even started. Holy Mackinac. I haven't watched any of the football today.
13,
so I was watching.
14.
Why didn't we switch to the football?
We should have. I forgot it's Thursday night.
It's 13-14 right now in the third for the Seahawks. They're winning by 1 point.
Seahawks.
Man, I bet the Vikings are kicking themselves for not just keeping Sam Darnold. Not
I've been saying that all year.
But
I feel like we bring that up every episode. Like
But
every
it's
time there's a
true.
football game on, we bring that up. It
Go
feels like.
Bills!
Go Bills! Woo!
Hey, Lee's back. I love you.
Sorry, my mom was excited because I don't want to announce it yet, but in about a week we're gonna see a dramatic change here on the desk from Mr. Dashingly Dashful. That's all I can say. So you're gonna have to wait till it's gonna be a Christmas present.
I can't wait that long, Lane. I need to know
you need this
now.
helmet, Lane.
Put it on, Jacob.
Actually, probably do need a helmet, to be honest.
Okay, Elaine, since you're here on the air with us, you know Adam says his name says he's not alone.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I say he's never alone because he has his hand.
Oh my god, man. Why? It doesn't help that I don't have a damn camera.
Goodbye, Dad. And yeah, this is another good point here. 10 years of 88, 34, and 44 and haven't done squat. The problem is, guys, as the problem is, though, you want to do things that can't be done.
Yeah.
Right? You can't trade Matthews, Nylander, Riley, Tavares, and Nyes. You can't.
Jacob, it's because
you
Leaf
can
fans don't
fire
care.
Craig Berube and every single you can rip the entire coaching staff and replace it.
Why not just fire Mark Savard? That's the power play problem.
It's not just the power play that's the issue, Dan. The whole team's uninspired.
But let's be honest, regardless how pathetic they play tonight, if they scored, they have what, 5 power plays?
They got 2 power play goals.
If they scored even 2 power play goals, they could have scored the goalie, and we would have had a whole different conversation. Let's be honest here.
You know what, Dan? I got to be honest. You're not wrong. It's just I think what's just so frustrating, and again, I think that I think we I swear we have this conversation every other night. It's just
that's what Adam was saying.
I'm not having this conversation. I feel like I know where this is going, and
but it's just getting so ridiculous with this whole like this. I don't know where the passion is. Like the fans have more passion than the players, and I know everyone hates. I know Adam especially said it before. I know some people saying they when you say they don't care, like people say, well, of course they care. They obviously do care because they train and do all that stuff. Yeah, but I don't know. Sometimes I feel like they don't care because you don't see the effort when they play. And here's another night where they just look like they really didn't care.
And I blame that more on the coach than I do.
The old Leaf in the night.
You know what? I kind of blame both, right? And
I blame
want to
the
get
coach
some
because the
comments
coach
here.
isn't inspiring him. They're being inspired by the coach. Sorry, Jacob.
They've never cared, though, Adam.
I point to, and I will say I do think they have cared in the past. And I will point out an example. Last night, not last night, the night before, in a game against Chicago, first goal goes in. Okay. Now nothing really from Berube. So the goal that got called off goes in. Craig Berube's yelling at the team, but none of the players who were on the ice look back at Craig Berube. Like none of them are looking back at him. No, they're all just staring off into the crowd.
But Adam,
not doing anything. And it's like they don't care. But Craig Berube also, like he's gotta find a way to inspire them. He did heading into the third, but it's like at that point, like cool comeback. We got the 2 points, but it's like
they go to money.
Where was the effort 2 periods ago? Where was the effort 40 minutes ago? Why did it take so long for you to get going? And why is he keep changing all the lines?
In a perfect world, I'm firing Berube and making about 5 trades. But we don't live in perfect world.
Something has to happen.
Like unfortunately, due to the fact that Kyle Dubas and I'm even going to say Brad Treliving have made some horrendous trades, this is the team you have. And then, Lane, don't worry, I'll get to you.
No problem.
But like, I look at this and it's like, what can I do right now? What could I do tonight to try to make this team better tomorrow? I can't trade Austin Matthews tonight. I can't trade William Nylander tonight. I can't trade Matthew Nyes tonight. I can't trade Morgan Riley tonight. Actually, I can't trade any of them because they all have no move clauses. I can't even put them on waivers like what the Rangers did to threaten to do to Jacob Trouba. But what I can do, I can fire Craig Berube. I can fire Mark Savard. I can fire I can fire the towel boy. So I'm literally clearing house in the coaching staff mid-season. I don't care if it's going to make the team worse for the next 3 weeks. Something has to change. And this team just looks so uninspired. I don't care if you call the Marlies coaching staff up and just bring them up to the NHL. And then, I don't know, we'll call Mark Juris and the Burlington Cougars and say, hey, come coach the Marlies. I don't care at this point. Awesome man, by the way. But like, what I'm getting at is, that is something that can be done now. Trading the players can't be done now. Unfortunately, and I will say unfortunately, because as much as I said Austin Matthews may be the new Phil Kessel, I don't know if this team can win with Matthews as a captain, and I don't know if you can pull the captaincy off him. So it's kind of where we're at, but I would definitely go through the coaching staff. But Mr. Lane Dashco, the floor is yours.
See, this is the thing that really really eats at me, right? Like, and I have screamed and I've broken things, and this I go, Chris. This is the thing that really just ticks me off to the next level, makes me want to go like that screaming guy that Jacob likes to play the audio of, because I look at this team from the day this team, that guy, that's me every day with this team, because the day this team was crafted, you can say I was wrong, but I'm not wrong. The day this team was crafted, I feel like it's just like, I don't know if it's just like an attitude or if it's the guys they have, but these guys they want it their way or they want it the highway. Like, it doesn't matter what coach you bring in, because the minute things go wrong,
I'm saying,
I know Jacob's going to hate me for saying this.
I'm not going to hate you. Hate's a strong word.
I know that there's a guy in that locker room that's been there since 2014 that's causing – no, hold on, Jacob. Please listen to me, though. There's a culture – there needs to be a culture change. Who's the one guy – I want you to know, who's the one guy that's been there since they were limited to Game 7 in Boston? Who's the one guy? Morgan Riley. I love him. I think he's a talented player. I love him too. But I'm telling you, there's a stink in there that stinks more than under my armpits on a sweaty summer day that I can't get over, because it seems like every year there's something in there that's whether it's a player, and I think Morgan Riley brings this stench with him from all this past failure that is somehow seeping into this locker room. I think if you just get rid of something like that, not that you get to get rid of Morgan Riley, the player, because I think he brings a lot of intangibles. I think what he does is good. But I think there's a stink that goes back to that day, back to that game when they blew a 4-1 lead to Boston. That hasn't gone, because we've seen it 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. Like, we're going to go 2040, and we're going to still have this stink of players who want to be coached this specific way, and players who want to be treated like little babies, where they don't want to be yelled at. They don't want to be treated this way. They want it to be their way. And if they don't get it their way, they're not going to play. And whether you get Jacob as a coach, Dan as a coach, me as a coach, Adam as a coach, Wilfred as a coach, whether you get the guy from Blues Clues to coach the team, it's not going to matter, because at the end of the day, the one time they lose one game, they're going to go, we lost the game 5-1, whatever you say is wrong, buddy. We know better than you, and then we're going to tune you up. And that's what they've done, unfortunately. They had a good coach in Sheldon Keefe. You said that 100 times on this podcast. They had a good coach. And what did they do? They tuned him up for no reason. He goes to New Jersey, and he's fantastic.
He wasn't a good coach.
I disagree.
He's a fantastic coach.
Lane, I will say this, because you brought up the stink in the locker room. I will say there's definitely is like a culture issue, but I don't think it dates back to like.
I do.
No, can I finish, Lane? Because
sorry,
I'm not gonna.
Adam,
I'm not gonna say you're wrong, because I do believe there is, but I don't think I don't think you can just say it's from that team, because Morgan Riley wasn't the only member of that team that was there in like 2018 when this course started, because Kadri was there, Bozak was there.
They got rid of those guys.
But they were there, so they were a part of that culture issue. And whether that culture issue is stepped into the players who are currently there, we don't know, because we're not there in the locker room. But there clearly is an issue.
I've been in the locker room.
Okay.
I have been to actually.
And
you know what,
you're
though?
gonna
I kind of
interrupt
want to.
me before
I
I
kinda
finish my
wanna-
point, because I do have a point. I think this goes back to the teams all the way back to the last cup. So from that last cup on, I think it comes to the
1967?
ownership. No, it comes through.
611!
No, well, it comes through from all the way back to like it's just the organization. If we're gonna talk about raw in the organization, there's clearly never, I don't think, issues that have come up from before, from like the last 30 years, 40 years that have ever been solved. I think there's issues within the organization, whether the same people are here now that were there back then, but it's continued because they've continued to make the same mistakes. They haven't learned from the past.
I agree with that.
They haven't learned. So the rot started so long ago, and the rot has never gone away.
So how do you fix it, Adam?
No, but
I don't know how you fix it, but you gotta find. But like,
Where is it?
The way you fix it, and I don't think it's something that anybody else has said. These players.
Oh, he's gone.
Okay. Looks like Adam's having some technical difficulties, but I kind of want to comment on Lane's point, and then we'll get to some more comments here.
Yeah, comments are picking up quick.
In a bit of a different light.
I am here. I don't know what happened.
Welcome back, Adam.
But like,
so my thing is with the whole Morgan Riley situation, and I have a different look on it with the same outcome as Lane. So I think you might be surprised.
Oh,
I think Morgan
Usually
Riley
it's
has been part of this
personal.
team for a very long time.
yes,
He
very
was a
long.
part of this leadership group for a very long time,
Mm-hmm.
and was
Who's the
completely
captain?
skipped over as captain.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I understand by some people saying Riley's a loser, and you know what? I mean, it's hard to argue with wins and losses in overtime. I still think Morgan Riley's a good player.
you can say the
Yeah.
same about
But
Ovechkin for
what I'm
years.
getting at is, I think Morgan Riley is so frustrated with Toronto. A part of him has given up, and he's not even realized it. Because if you look at it, right? There was no captain for a while. Remember, there was no captain at one point.
Yeah.
Then it was John Tavares. Then at one point, Riley wasn't even an assistant captain anymore. Yet
True.
he was the one who talked to the media every time this team had a complete mental collapse. He was the
True.
one that was talking to the refs. Well, John Tavares just sat on the bench looking like he didn't even want to be there. Same with Austin Matthews. Same with William Nylander. Same with insert name here of crappy player this team's had. And all they do is they just keep changing the bottom six in and out. And we don't have leadership. So you bring in John Tavares strictly to be the leadership. And I'm going to bring this all the way back, and you guys are going to hate me, to 1993 when they traded Wendell Clark so Doug Gilmour could be captain, and that team never recovered. You can say it was to get Matt Sundin. It was to give Doug Gilmour the captaincy. And that was 100% the reason.
Yeah.
And you might say, Jacob, you're talking about a team from the 90s. But this team has not had real leadership. Matt Sundin, I'm going to say this here on the air, and I don't even care anymore. Matt Sundin, if he played for Team Sweden, if he played for the Leafs the way he played for Team Sweden, the Leafs would have had a Stanley Cup by now. Leafs made it to the third round of the playoffs when that idiot was sitting there injured, and they were being led by Gary Roberts. I'm sorry. Matt Sundin was one of the most overrated captains this team has ever had. Same Austin Matthews, very talented player. He's not a captain. Morgan Riley, at this point, I was shocked he even wanted to stay after last year. I thought he would have wanted out, and I thought he was going to go to Vancouver, play with Quinn Hughes, and make Leaf fans very disappointed he's not a Toronto Maple Leaf anymore. But my point is, you have skipped over so many good leaders. Even John Tavares looks like, I'm not the captain anymore.
Exactly.
Everyone's looking to Matthews, and he's not captain material. Is that not me saying he's a good player? Well, no, it's not correct to say Austin Matthews is not a talented player. And I'm not even saying that he doesn't care to as far as Lane is going, which, Lane, I understand why you draw to that conclusion. Some people are born leaders. Some people are born followers. Austin Matthews is a follower.
But regardless, follow us.
Hold on. John Tavares is a leader by example, not a leader by where he grabs the ball by the horns and does something. It's kind of like Kawhi Leonard on the Raptors run was their best player. Kyle Lowry was the leader.
Right.
So Jacob,
yes.
I have Jacob.
Hello.
I have a good example to give of for this situation, because I feel like something that always gets ignored, and I feel like it's a good thing. Like, you may have a captain, but I feel like having a good leadership group of good like experienced players is always great to have, even if you have like just a sole captain. Like you need to have a good leadership group of good experienced players. And I find, because this is a completely different sport, but I do find it a great example of leadership and knowing when to listen to other players to get through to your like younger players. Your non-leadership group is, so I'll go to rugby. You guys don't watch rugby, I would believe, but so, oh my God, what year was this? Like 2018. There was, South Africa, their rugby team was down, I think it was like 28 nothing or something like that. Their captain, it was his first test ever as a captain. So his first game ever as a captain. He went to his leadership group and he got help from his leadership group to go out and inspire this team because he knew that with all the experienced players he had around him, he needed help to get the job done. He needed help from his other very experienced players to go out and win that game. And they went out and won that game. And it continued on for the last like 9 years now, where there's a leadership group there. And I feel like that's a great thing to have, is having very experienced players like we had when we had Nazem Kadri, Tyler Bozak, JVR. Like these guys all had played in the league for years at that point of when this young core came in. And it's like, I feel like since then we've tried to bring in experienced players, but it's never felt like there was a core leadership group that stayed here long enough to help this team really build that winning culture. And I feel like it was a big mistake letting a lot of those guys go so early into this like core's age. And it's like, I feel like a good leadership group, and you could see it in other sports because it happens in other sports as well, where it's like a good leadership group helps teams. And when you don't have that, when you rely on players who don't have the experience of winning, you lack it. Matthews wasn't an assistant captain for years.
Yeah. Exactly.
And it was Nazem Kadri. It was Tyler Bozak. They may not have a number like letters, like JVR didn't have a letter. Like Jay Garner didn't have a letter. Like a lot of these guys had experience in the league and had been there for years in this market.
Yeah.
But then they were let go because, well, we need John Tavares so early in. We went too quickly. Like Shanahan, Dubas, whoever else was there in that, like the management, like they went too quickly trying to win a cup too fast. When this group needed to go out and play with the other players around them, they gave up too quickly and they tried to make big changes that weren't necessary.
Well,
and it's been a failure. You fired Shanahan, but it's like clearly this group hasn't worked and it sucks, but we've made the playoffs a lot. So there was a lot of good things that came from this group and a lot of bad things that came, whether you want to admit it or not. We've had great memories. And it 100%. Sucks, but it has ran its course. And you need to admit that. And when all these contracts expire, you need to find a way to make trades. And you just need to start over because it hasn't worked. And it's not going to work. And I'm just tired of all of these same conversations we keep having as a fan base. When it's clear, nobody knows what to do. And everybody just keeps talking, but nothing happens. And I'm tired of the damn lack of results. And I'm done. I'm fed up. And I love this team, but it's like it clearly hasn't worked. And you need to do something, because if they keep twiddling their thumbs like this, it's just gonna end up being a failure where Boston's gonna get a top 10 pick if we don't suck.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing too. And I mean, it's interesting. Keith's talking about Boston. They just had a tough loss tonight against Edmonton. And also, Sunday. I would love some of that Sunday. So if you want to ship it halfway across the country, that'd be great.
Fan from Edmonton.
But yeah, I mean, Boston. Look, they're a team that's kind of like Toronto. I'd say in some ways this year, they're very hot and cold. They're either winning games or they're like getting destroyed. Like the game against Edmonton tonight, like Calvin Pickard came in and shut the door after Tristan Jarry got hurt.
Yeah, Jarry got hurt.
Who they just got is now injured in Edmonton.
No way, really?
Yeah.
Really. And I don't know. It's just one of those things. I think that the Bruins are a team like that too. Like they're 20-15, so they're either winning games or they're either winning or losing. It's not like they're getting a lot of games to overtime. And crazy thing enough, if we actually had a 3-point system like we do in the IHF, Boston would be probably first in the Atlantic.
Yeah.
But because we don't, I mean, it is what it is. But Toronto now, like, look, they're trailing 5 points to Boston, 5 to Montreal, 6 to Detroit, 4 to Tampa, 5 to Philly. It's not like they're done. They're not going to make the play. It's not like they can't make the playoffs. I feel like with the work ethic this team has, even if they do make the playoffs, like you see them beating, I don't see them beating Montreal or Boston in a playoff series. I don't even know if they can beat Detroit. And Detroit's another team like Boston. They're either great or they're terrible. And I'm sorry, even if they somehow make it to the third round, they'll end up facing Carolina. And Carolina will kick their ass. It won't be close. Carolina will slaughter them. Because Carolina's the best team. Like, you got to realize it. Washington is a mediocre team in the NHL, and they looked Washington looked like the best team in the NHL right now.
But you don't, Jacob.
It's not like we were playing Colorado, right? Like, we were playing a mediocre team because there's no team in the East right now besides Carolina I think is dominant. But go ahead, Lane.
Do you remember? I know you have a really good memory. Do you remember what I said maybe about 3 weeks ago before they started that road trip? They lost that embarrassing game. You remember what I said, Jacob? I
Something
said
along the lines of this team just doesn't care.
They don't care. And if Craig Berube is behind the bench one more game, this is a pathetic franchise. This should have been done weeks ago. And they rolled out Craig Berube on a road trip when they were losing games left and right, blowing leads, not playing with passion, and they not caring. And this freaking bleeping franchise just said, we like money. We don't care about you. You pay to come to games. We take your money, thank you, and we don't care about the consumers. And I hate to make it about that, but I just feel like MLSC, they just don't care because they're showing that they can put a mediocre product on the ice. And as long as the fans at Scotiabank buy those rum and cokes and buy those popcorns and buy those extravagant drinks and buy the jerseys and the special mystery boxes for $15, they don't really care because they're making their money. And at the end of the day, it's a profit, it's a business, right? And I can't fault them because it's what you got to do. You got to make a business. And the Maple Leafs are the hottest ticket in town. And unless some other team's going to come in here and start winning games left and right, who plays in Toronto, you're not going to lose the business. You're going to have people who are diehard fans that are going to be like, I'm not giving up my season seat because my great-grandmama had it back 30 years ago. I'm not giving up my season seats because I'll never get them again. It's just a fact. People don't want to give them up because you might never get them again. People keep them in generations for generation and generation and generation, right? So people keep these. They don't want to give it away. It's like gold. So at the end of the day, like, I'm not trying to put it down. I'm just saying, this is the way the business works, and this is the way it is. You just kind of have to accept that MLSC is going to make the money. They're going to put the product on the ice because they know the fans are never going to walk away. What would change is if all of a sudden the fans stop buying those mystery boxes at Scotiabank, stop paying for the $15 popcorn, stop paying for the way you hurt them is you hurt them with your wallet. The customers, the people like me, the people like you, the people like Dan, we need to stop buying the jersey, stop going to the game, stop giving them the credit card, stop giving them the expiry code, stop giving the CVK code on the back, stop giving them our home address, stop giving them our loans for our car, stop putting second mortgages on our house to go to games. Because until we do that, they're going to continue.
You can have my
They're going to continue to think it's acceptable. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong because I know I'm not.
You're not wrong, and I will say this because I immediately thought
they can't have my wallet. There's something in it.
Just before the game was done,
literally,
it's like Craig Berube sent out the second power play unit to start
for 20 seconds.
Yes. Can I get to my point, Jacob?
Yes.
That wasn't my point. But my point is that what I want to see Saturday, if Craig Berube is still there on the bench,
he is.
I want to see that the top line, the top two lines, don't get a shift for the first 5 to 10 minutes of that period. You
That's
send
not
out
gonna
those
happen.
Wow.
you send those bottom 2 lines out there, and you tell them to give 100% effort, or they're like give 110% of your effort, because those 6 guys, you should glue them to that bench, and you tell them to watch as 6 other guys play.
Holy cow.
That's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen, but if you
It
do it for
should.
the first couple shifts, it should happen. But I know it's not going to happen. I know it's unrealistic, and I know it's not going to happen.
Because Matthews
And I
will
know
crack.
this, but you gotta like a week
So
at
Some
true.
of you want to be traded.
a week to send a 20-second message that these guys can't be playing that way. They can't be playing that way. But it's like you got to send them a message at some point. And if it's not good, if it's going to be 20 seconds only, then you might as well just fire Craig Berube, because he doesn't seem to have it in him to not play these guys when they suck, or just play the minimum minutes. Like it's it's the same result either way. Like if we're gonna lose, you might as well lose with guys who actually want to play.
Actually, Adam, I know you weren't on the podcast a few weeks ago because I know you listened to it, but you remember
The
when I
wallet
said,
is empty. You are right.
Adam, you remember? I don't know if you remember. I've said this 100 times, so you probably ever said. I said, you know what they should really do? And I know that, again, they know they won't do this. I said, make a list. Put it right on the wall. Yes or no? Do you want to be here? Yes. Ticket? No. No. You don't make a choice. Sit in the press box till you make a decision.
Yeah, or you leave. Like you're okay.
No, just tell me. You want to be here?
You don't want to be
You
here.
go to every player, say, put your name. Put your name under yes. If you want to be here, play. If you don't want to be here, we'll trade you. If you don't make a decision, you can sit in the press box till you do.
Yeah, it's I would rather play players that are in the AHL right now than this team. Like it's not,
sure.
and it's
Mari's
frustrating because like it's so frustrating to like just continue to watch this stuff.
I'm not against this comment.
They should be, but
That'd be a way to send a message.
like, will
They won't do it though.
That
They
would be a
won't do
message,
it.
though. Like, wow.
Like, I feel like Berube's given up.
Will never
Like,
happen.
Except for the fact Berube's given up. Like, you need to bring in somebody who's going to make.
I don't think Matthews has ever been healthy scratched once in his career.
No,
like he's never been this. He's never been in like a slump. Like he's never played bad enough that you put him.
I don't think it's a slump though. I know. No, I know we have this argument. I don't think it's a slump.
Outside of like last season, like in most of this season, I don't think he's played bad enough.
He's getting worse though.
By putting him into the press box, they should, but they probably won't.
Adam,
Craig Berube won't do it.
Adam,
we talk about how hard-nosed Craig Berube is, but he's not willing to do it.
But Adam, you know what the scary part is? If you look at the stats, like the points per game, the speed bursts, the amount of effort that he puts on the ice, it's literally getting worse every time he gets. And if you want to go, there's a great guy. I want to give him a shout out on the analyst desk. He did a great Hot Side Hockey. There's a 40-minute video on Austin Matthews' career. I would strongly recommend watching that because it's actually fantastically done. It's not like pure bias. It's actually done with statistics and everything. So everything he's saying is not just like it's not a biased thing. He shows everything, like all the 30 miles per hour skates that he had in 2019, the 30 miles per hour skates he had in 2020, all the shots that he did, all the efforts that he did, the points per game, everything that Matthews did, and every injury he got, and the next injury he got, and it went down, and then he got another injury to the back, and it went down, and he got another injury to the wrist, and it went down. The sad thing is with Matthews, I think it's the injuries. I think it's caught up to him because he's not a 23-year-old kid. He's now like almost like our age. He's like 28, 27, 28 now. And these injuries have now caught up to the point where he's past the prime.
Well, like I will say this because I feel like it was a mistake then. Like they ponied him out for that 60-goal season and the 69-goal season where it's like it's not necessary for him to be out there trying to chase these records because and he said it before that he doesn't really care.
What?
Like about winning these.
We know he doesn't care.
No matter what you want to say.
We know he doesn't care.
He has
said it very clearly.
I remember him saying it that he didn't really care about winning the Hart that he won. He didn't care about winning like the Murray. Like he doesn't care. I remember him saying this because it's not just me making this up and not saying it or anything.
He plays like he doesn't care.
He said it, but he has. But I will say that like the injuries that he's had. And the fact that we ponied him out to chase these records, I don't think it's helped him. I think those the fact that he hasn't gotten any real rest, like a lot of rest when he needed to before the playoffs, it's all caught up to him. And it's like if it's the back injury that we all thought it was last year, then he's not as fast. He's got to find a way. He's got to find a way to adjust his game, and he's got to find a way.
Question.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jacob? Is this the Thatcher Demko 2.0?
Yes. And I think Vancouver made the biggest mistake by deciding to stick with Demko when they had two other good goalies. But at the end of the day, I look at this team and I just don't see this group getting it done. And I don't see how you can move on from this core. So I think at the end of the day, coaching is kind of the only thing you can do. But I don't, it's just from Leafs man 222.
Hello, Leaf fans 222. Welcome back to the
would fire the coach. They'd be admitting failure in his major decision. He has to protect himself. That is true. But
fire him.
And you know what, Wilder? I can't believe I was arguing with you the other day, but I am more starting to feel that maybe Matthews is a little.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll go far as washed, but maybe past his prime a bit.
I said it 4 days ago.
I do want to bring up. I do want to have a conversation with you, beautiful people.
Okay.
So these are some coaching decisions that I could see. Who do you think out of these six that you could possibly see being the new coach of the Toronto Maple Leafs?
John Tortorella for me.
God, no.
Yeah.
Dan, they can't even handle Craig Berube. They're not going to handle this guy. He's going to throw a freaking clipboard at their head every 2 seconds.
That's who I would put in. Fine. You want to get paid your millions? You want to play for the mecca of hockey? Boom. That's the way you put up.
Yeah. Say what you want about not being able to handle John Tortorella, but he would bench Austin Matthews, and he would bench
100%. He would.
He would because John Tortorella he does what he wants to do, and if he gets fired, he gets fired.
I
feel like he knows because I feel like he knows that he has an expiration date in cities. On teams that he knows he'll eventually get fired anyways. So he might as well do what he thinks is best anyways.
Yeah.
And he'll do it. I think you either go John Gruden or you go to you got to go to somebody, but maybe even Pete DeBoer, but I don't know. John Gruden would be my choice. John Gruden would be my choice, but again, I don't know what to do.
It's not the Marlies are playing.
If I had to rank this in order of what I would do, if I had to rank this in order, I would go Rick Tocchet number 1. I think Rick Tocchet's fantastic. He took the Vancouver Canucks to a really close Game 7 against the Calgary Flames there.
He was also some gambling controversy.
He's got that Game 7 experience. Bruce Boudreau would be there. Gruden. And then maybe Quinn and then Torts would be last.
I like when I'm seeing a comment about why is potentially Rick Tocchet on here. I could see Philly letting him go potentially. So I know he is somewhat working with them a bit, but I could see that, which is why I just kind of had him on my list.
I see a comment from Key here about.
There's a lot of comments which we will get to. Key saying Berube. Wilder is saying the Marlies head coach. And I know he is coaching for another NHL team, Brendan, but there's been some rumors that he wasn't happy there. That's kind of why I threw him in the mix, just for poops and giggles, as I like to say.
Probably Peter DeBoer.
Personally, for me, it's Bruce Boudreau. I think he's a plug-and-play coach that fits your
Everybody
system.
loves him, too, that plays under him. Sorry, Jacob.
And he did play for Toronto.
I feel he's the type of coach that could make this team better now. I'm looking for a coach that won't make this team better next year, not 2 years from now, not 3 years from now.
No.
I'm looking for a coach to make this team better right now. And I feel either Bruce Boudreau, or I can't believe I'm saying this, or John Tortorella are the two coaches that make this team better now.
Yeah. Just to add to
Look how dirty your faces are.
Yeah, I know. Just to add to Adam's point a little while ago, Adam and Lane had a really good dialogue.
And then we got to get to a lot of comments.
And I didn't want to interrupt. But
I said, go ahead, Dan, and then we gotta get to a lot of comments.
Okay, sorry, I'll go quick. I said this in the preseason before the season even started. I'm going to say it again here. The number one thing this Maple Leaf team is missing this year is a key leader. Only past years you had Patrick Morrow, Jason Spezza, Mark Serradano, Max Pacioretty, Jumbo Joe, Wade Simmons. And this team does not have it. I say way beginning of training camp, this team does not have that number one team this year. Okay, now you can go back to the comments, Jacob.
Jacob, we need the circus book for that one.
Jacob, go to comments.
Let's get to some comments here.
I disagree with that.
Hughes Matthews trade. I will say Matthews with Kaprizov would be entertaining. I don't think Minnesota's giving up Matthews anytime soon. And McKenna season is done. Yeah, you could try to completely tank. We're having more comments for the Marlies coach. I believe this is a new viewer.
Yeah,
although you think Captain Underpants, so he must be a more for your money fan. Can you talk about Captain Underpants scored 69 goals and not mention he only potted one that playoffs again? That is a good point. That year he had a really bad playoff run, but I think that was more to Adam's point that
he was hurt.
He was overplayed to try to hit 70. Which I think was a mistake on Sheldon Keefe, although I do think he was a good coach. I could see Bruce Boudreau as a intern coach. I could totally see that. Like I'm saying, I think Bruce Boudreau is a coach that could come in and make this team better today. Because his system of a run and gun offense, make all these players feel good about themselves. Everyone gets a hot chocolate and a participation award. And I think is the way to make this team a bit better now. Is he your coach next year? Damned if I know. I don't know. And Key said Boost Boudreau, and we have a Go Leaves Go in the comments. Yeah, you know what? At least we still have some
new viewer here. Hello.
But I do want to bring up an interesting point and going back to something Adam said, because Adam, I think you need to change your picture because Austin Matthews is not that happy right now. But I will say this with Toronto about when they got Tavares and they tried to get good too fast. Well, I want to look at the Montreal Canadiens as a prime example.
Ooh.
They slowly developed the players, signed them at good contracts, found the coach, and now Montreal is really like, look, they just beat Chicago 4-1 tonight. Besides of goaltending being shaky for this team, this Montreal team looks like they're potentially the real deal. And they've done this by, instead of trying to win right away as soon as they had a good stretch of hockey, they slowly built that team, right? And when they traded for Tavares, it made them think they had to win now when the team shouldn't have been in win now mode. When they signed Tavares. I think signing Tavares may have actually been the worst thing this team could have done. Because maybe then they could have kept Kadri. They could have drafted some more players higher in the draft. Maybe then you're not trading Fraser, Mitten, and Grabcheck and every other prospect you've had for the last 6 years. And maybe this team, starts to play a lot better. So I think maybe this team tried to jump. It was like they went stage 1, 2, 7, 6, 5, 7, 6, 5. Instead of going like stage 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, whoa, and then obviously 10 being championship. You look at this.
They tried to skip it.
They did, and then you look at Montreal.
And it's back.
And mind you, Vancouver, I would say they took the right steps for a while, and now unfortunately Vancouver's terrible. But Vancouver was really close to winning a Stanley Cup not that long ago. You look at Edmonton when they got McDavid and Draisaitl, they didn't sell the whole farm to then try to win a Stanley Cup 6 years ago. They did it to try to win now, right? I mean, they didn't try to win now. Now they're trying to win. After Matthews and Draisaitl and Nugent Hopkins, they built that core. But then they're also able to draft Evan Bouchard, who I'm not a big fan of him, but they want him to be part of your core defense. They're able to draft Darnell Nurse. And I just think that Toronto made that mistake trying. Ottawa's another prime example. They've slowly done the rebuild, and I think right now Ottawa's the best Canadian team. And I just look at Toronto. I think they tried to skip way too many steps, And this is why all of a sudden now we've never really seen enough success. Like their window should have been 2 years ago, should have been like the start of their window realistically when you look at the start of the drafting and the building. And instead they tried to get it right away because you had not Craig Berube, he wasn't coaching. Babcock got the team to the cup, got team to the Stanley Cup playoffs his first year in. They gave Washington a good run for their money, and everyone overestimated how ready this team was. And we have been paying for that mistake under Lou Lamoriello, Mike Babcock, and Brandon Shanahan ever since. Kyle Dubas, his hands were kind of tied by the time he got there. And he had to make all these moves because, look, this team's in their window. Win now. Do what needs to be done. And if they kind of did what Vegas did. The difference is Vegas won a cup. Toronto didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the way it goes. But let's get to some comments here.
Yeah, lots of comments coming in.
Austin is on a Turkish, I believe you mean airline, but I don't know. Maybe you don't like his haircut. I like your haircut, though.
Yeah.
Vancouver got a boatload for Hughes. They did. And maybe that is something if you can convince Austin Matthews to take a trade, you probably get a very similar size boat for Austin Matthews. I mean, I think Quinn Hughes is a little better than Austin Matthews, even when they're both playing at their prime. You can be mad at me all you want for saying that. I just think it's a fact.
Well, more valuable as a defenseman, right?
I think he's a better player in general. I think Quinn Hughes on the right team could be a Cale Makar. I really do. I think he's that good. Yeah. Canadians never paid the 8-figure salaries like a drunken sailor, and I got to agree with you, right?
100%.
You look, Kent Hughes, that man's a genius.
Yeah,
like,
literally.
The amount of smart contracts he's made in Montreal is now looking very good.
100%. I said their best Canadian team.
I love that. Looks
like
Lions with the Lion King. That's a cool picture. But hey, boys, time for a rebuild. The value is gone.
Never knew viewers. So welcome to the
rebuild until the Matthews contract is done, unless you keep giving him sour milk and don't give them the leaf banana bread that they're trying to sell for $5 a slice at the mall. I'm not kidding, by the way. We went to that MLSC pop-up at Sherway Gardens, and like a little slice of banana bread, like, oh, everyone travels far and wide to get this, and it's $5.
I mean, that was a great store. I highly recommend going.
I don't recommend going right now unless you want to buy something that's not Leafs. Well, there's a reason why I got my Ergo jersey. I keep putting on a football helmet. At this point, I don't really care about the Leafs right now. Wow, we got a lot more comments.
And the women Tempo jerseys just came out. Toronto Temples
should be sellers by 2026. Ooh, again, the issue is, what do you sell? I guess Brandon Carlo, Anthony Stolars, Chris Tanev,
Nick Robertson,
Domi. You can sell the bottom six, but you can't sell on Matthews, Nylander, Tavares.
You sell Lawton, I hate to say it.
Yeah, you're not going to get what you paid for him.
I get that, but
same with Nicholas. Going to fire the coach and still miss the playoffs. Fun times.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like I might be hitting myself over the head with a badminton racket by the end of the season. Lane, you might not have to wear my Argos hat. Leafs always have half-assed rebuild retools. I think it's an MLSC problem. And that's an interesting point because you look at like the Raptors and the Argos, when they sucked, they completely built the entire team down to garbage and built it up. Toronto, they just keep trying to it's like they own a lot of flex tape and they're just trying to flex tape. Wow, we still have more comments to get.
Way more comments. Let's go. Thank you, everyone.
They are losing value every game they play, and I can't disagree with that. It's like I thought they maybe turned a corner when they beat Chicago the way they did, and then everybody do the flop.
Yeah, comment on Facebook too.
Dan, I'm getting there. Jeez,
I know.
Cream cheese. If you think about Boudreau would be the perfect fit right now. That's what I mean about. I don't know if Bruce Boudreau's the coach of this team for the next 5 years. He might be the coach for
now.
6 months.
Who cares about 5 years?
You might just need someone to just to kind of right the ship right now, because Bruce Boudreau's the type of coach I find it doesn't work long term because he's too much of a player's coach.
100%. I agree.
And it's interesting when you hear about Mike Babcock. Not really any fault of Babcock, though. This is to my comment about when they kind of tried to build up too quick. He was a solid act. He maybe coached the wrong team. My issue with Babcock was some of the things like he did. I think he kind of ruined Mitch Marner by making him write out what players he thought sucked and then telling the whole team. Like I'm not a fan of Babcock personally. I'd rather have John Tortorella than Mike Babcock. And I think they're both similar styles. But I think with Torts, if you give it all you got, I think he gives you the same.
Totally.
1 point from dead last in the conference. How are you feeling about the rebuild now? And honestly, you know what? You were with us, one of our Montreal Canadiens.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. And yeah, maybe it's look, I think it might be time for the Leafs. It's just tough to look at the Leafs in a rebuild when you have so many guys on no moves or partial no moves. Or
it's not like we don't want to rebuild people. It's that you literally cannot do a rebuild.
I don't think you can.
You can't do a rebuild until unless these players I feel like we brought this up because it keeps getting brought up a rebuild. And it's I don't know how many more times we have to say it, but it's you either the players actually have to want to go or you need to ruin your franchise's reputation even more and force them out, which is never a good idea.
Thank you, Lauer, for the great comments.
It's a good, it's probably the best idea at this point, but it's not possible until, unless these players want to go.
Now it's saying, yeah, I agree. Tavares is a good contract, but I'm pretty sure he has a no move as well still.
I would think so, but even pay cut he took, but I don't know for sure.
Matt Sundin buying 20% of MLSC. Well, there you go. He can just.
I heard that one going too.
I have finally admitted to everyone I'm not a Matt Sundin fan. Matthew needs to shove his head up the mustache. There you go.
Wow. Welcome back.
That says shave, Jacob. They just said shove.
Oh, you know what? I just like the great.
I was so that's why.
It's so many great comments. It's got to leave them all. Thank you, everyone.
If getting a coach for now, then yeah, it's Berube. I mean, it's wow. Good lord, Boudreau. Yeah, and I think if you're looking for a coach today, then it's got to be Boudreau. I think if you're keeping Berube for the season, I don't know if Boudreau would be my choice for next season, but he'd be my intern coach to try to finish off the year. The Leafs jumped the shark when they never retaliated for Bennett elbowing Stolar's head. I do agree. I agree. I thought a Berube. Yeah, I got the name right. I thought the Berube coached team would have fought back against that whole Stolar situation.
They should have, 100%.
This team needs a dog with lots of bite to drag them into the fight, but a rebuild would be okay. Yeah, again, I just think it's really tough to rebuild unless you can force Matthews, and I'm even just going to say Matthews or Nylander, to force one of those guys to leave. Because you could get so much for you could basically restock your entire prospect pool with one of those players. Gosh, you trade both of those players, you could literally become you could get 15 first-round draft picks. And I don't think I'm over-exaggerating that. But see, we have an Argo fan in the comments.
Yeah,
love the old school Argo logo.
That's
damn Argo fans. He's surrounded by them.
Welcome to the decks.
Leafs cannot change the core, therefore they cannot really make any big moves or change the culture. It's a culture issue. Yeah. If you guys are charting the direction, the rest are nameless extras, and I kind of gotta agree.
Yeah, I agree.
Christopher Bishop 1-1-1-1. We've talked about this a lot, that we don't feel this team can do a rebuild right now. I don't even know if it's that they're not willing. I just don't think they can. Do you guys kind of agree with me there? And then we'll get back into some more comments.
Yeah, I do agree.
Comments are still coming in. Thank you, everybody.
I do agree, unfortunately.
Because that's why I think. See, I'm right. I saw that one. I went up right away because I am a very smart man. But I feel like this team can't And I feel like, especially, we've all talked about this on different episodes, but the more you look at the contract situations on this team, the more you realize you can't do a rebuild. So you got to bring in new coaching staff.
Yeah, 100%.
Either that, or you got to like not let Austin Matthews get any of that $5 banana bread. And as a parent, I still think that was ridiculous. Like $5, I can buy a whole loaf of banana bread at the grocery store for like $3.99.
You know, if you go to Starbucks and buy a loaf of banana bread,
Jacob,
you're gonna pay
one
for
thing I
$5.
haven't seen yet, and I'm wondering if they will do it tonight or if they will do it tomorrow before they leave Washington, is I think this group needs to somebody needs to just kick Craig Berube and the coaching staff out of the locker room, lock the door, and these players need to just talk it out. They need to figure their stuff out. They need a players only meeting because it hasn't happened yet, and they need to like talk it out, and they need to figure out if they care enough or not, or it's going to be the status quo, or they're going to pull up. I said earlier, you got to pull up your big boy pants. Yeah. You need to go out there and you need to do something. Somebody needs to, I've said this before, you send out Max Domi or you send out somebody and you tell them to like just punch some guy in the face. Do nothing else. Drop your glove and knock somebody the hell on the ice. Yeah, and just 100%. Do something. Wake this team up. Like, I don't even care if it's like you just send out like Hildeby and you tell Hildeby to just jump on some guy after the whistle. Like, just do something.
Almost 6 with 7 of them. 6, 7.
Yeah, I don't care who does it. Just put some guy on the ice and just start freaking throwing punches at them. Like, do something.
Something, anything.
Something.
So more and more comments are rolling.
Yeah, way more comments. Let's go, everyone. Thank you.
Love the support here.
MLSC wants to sell those seats, and that's the tough thing too. If
that's
you do
what I said.
You're not going to sell as many seats if you trade Matthews, Nylander, Riley, and Nyes.
And didn't I say that earlier?
You did. Brendan's agreeing with you. Although, Brendan, I think you should change your profile picture to a cardboard cutout of Brandon Fraser.
No, Dirty Dom, man.
Oh. Every player is movable. It's what you get is the question. And I'm just more mean. I'm not saying Matthews is untouchable. I'm saying by his contract, you can't trade him.
I know.
That's more what I mean. Matthews has become the Toronto field, comfortable and meek. Yeah, he is. Yeah. He does seem very comfy in Toronto. Matthews would never pass a medical. Welcome to the show, James F5S5Z.
The Ducks.
Teams will want to see that lower back MRI. But then if he's that injured, then why are we even playing him? Like, what are we doing?
Again,
like, if he's that injured, I don't know what he needs to do. Maybe he needs Dan to give him a massage. I don't know. Dan
maybe he needs a massage with a happy ending.
Anyways.
Oh my gosh, Dan.
We might have a modern day Muskoka 5. Maybe. You don't let Tree Living make the rebuild move. So here's an interesting question we haven't really talked about. Should it be Tree Living that's fired, or do you feel he's done the best he can do?
I think he got fired. Tree Living. I said that before.
He's done the best he could do. Like, I just don't feel like you can. I don't think Tree Living can do much more than what he's already done outside of being allowed to trade the big boys and the big boys waving their no moves to leave. Like, I really just don't think there's anything else like he can do. And I love another comment down here that said maybe call up Pizzetti, because Pizzetti, you send him out. Because
I'd like to see him anything else.
Literally,
me too.
Max Domi and play Pizzetti.
Just send out Pizzetti and tell him to just knock some heads. Like, that's
I love that guy. I saw him playing in Maurice the other day.
Give him a football helmet. Blue 45.
But it's like there's
Blade
nothing else he
as
needs
impressed
to do.
At my joke as Dad.
That's funny.
Oh my! Remember, Dan will do anything for $20.
Bro.
Anything.
Well, yeah, we got.
I feel like there has to be a line
around these guys, because next thing I know, they're going to take my 20. Dan will do anything for $20, include steal it. No, I'm kidding, Dan. You wouldn't steal 20.
I wouldn't steal.
Question: why do the Maple Leafs have a golf guy running the organization? Well, they got to get their tee times booked.
That's funny.
Matthews, the new Marner. I hate you. Hate
Yeah,
to say it, but
wonder.
this year it has felt that way.
It has.
Like I've been trying to defend Matthews, but after tonight, that game was just pathetic. Oh, I forgot he got suspended.
I did forget that too. That's right. So
But,
you can't
I mean,
call him
like,
up
even
right
if it's
away,
not
but
him, call up bring
I mean,
Jacob
some
Sutton
point in
back
the season, I want to play in the NHL.
Bring someone back into the lineup. But Dan's gonna get mad. Bring Marcelli back in.
No.
But Dan, you may as well try something. Max Domi was invisible again tonight.
Apparently, he has a flu or something. He's injured anyway.
The coach makes any moves on the core, the GM would get calls from their agents / managers. It's impossible to coach these guys. They do what they want. There's no need to change anything.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, isn't it the coach's job, whether people like it or not, to make that tough decision?
You can't, though. They won't allow him to.
Well, then I would, if that was me, I would.
Who's not letting them do it?
He should just pull Paul Maurice then and
because
just
the players have no say.
Out.
Yeah, they do. Well, they think they want
Well,
they want
that's
that
the
way.
point. They shouldn't have a say. They don't get to make decisions on the lineup
But
because
Adam, this is the problem. Hold on, Adam. This is the problem. But this is the problem that has stemmed, and this is the part that goes back to the culture. It's because again, this all goes back. All this goes back to things that happened in the past that gave them this. When they were able to sit there and go to Kyle Dubas and say, "I'm not playing unless my contract has 8.673412 in it, then I'm not playing." And then they gave it to them. And they have literally been their own owner agent. They're like, if this happens and I'm not playing, and no one's called them out on it. All they do is just let them do they let them cry like a little child. They're like that terrible parent in the mall right now where it's like, "My want the toy," and the mom's like, "You're not getting the toy." And the kid's like, "I want it, mama." And then the mom buys them the toy, and I'm like, yeah, but that kid didn't learn anything.
That's true. Yeah.
That's how they think they can get away with it because they've gotten away with it since the beginning, and they know they still can. That's why they don't play hard under coaches like. That's why they can't play for a coach
Did
like
Matthews
Don
get a
Tortorella.
shot tonight? That's a good
Yeah,
question.
two.
Yeah, I did have a couple shots.
He
got
got
two. I
a
already
couple,
looked.
but did they hit the net?
He got two.
I think so.
Oh,
Literally.
Adam is Mr. Adam's just like, I know every stat about Austin Matthews.
No, I
Dan,
looked it
don't
up.
ask the question that I think you're going to ask about Austin
Jacob.
Matthews.
He had Jacob. I saw the comment and I looked it up.
I love the next comment.
I mean, this one I think is great because I 100% agree with it. We didn't really get a chance to talk about it.
Well,
That I think the Leafs had 5 power plays tonight, actually, which makes it even worse. Tanev has more teeth in his mouth. Yeah. And to
Poor
be honest,
Tanev, I love
everyone
that guy.
thought losing Tanev and Carlo was going to be the problem. But then you look at a guy like Troy Stetcher who stepped right in and filled the role. Stetcher has been probably the best waiver pickup all season across the league.
Possibly best way to pick up in history.
Coach needs a backbone and bench. Yeah, and this is kind of how I feel about it. And I understand what you guys are saying about player agents, but you can also just ignore people's phone calls. I do it all the time, right, Dan?
Oh, that's for sure. Holy cow. Your phone doesn't have an answering machine on it. You know so many calls.
Well, my work phone does. It's the new NHL players have more say than the coaches. Coaches have to coddle. Old-time coaches are history. They're kinder. They're gentler coaches. Kind of like You know what? I'm going to compare this to gentle parenting.
But that was the
Yeah,
point.
so
Craig
it's the thing.
Berube Craig Berube wasn't like that.
Hey,
That's
thank
the
you
whole
very
point
much.
of bringing him in.
I'm glad Roger Matthews 310 that you enjoyed the show. We'll definitely be happy to have you back at the desk.
100%. If you want to subscribe for us, I know it probably
Look at all these
everyone here
subscribers.
saying that, but please subscribe. It really helps us. We're new. We're trying to grow, and it helps the algorithm huge. So thank you so much for all the comments and subscribe and like and share. It's a great help. So thank you. Got some more good comments coming in.
Oh, the Leafs look like someone peed in the cornflakes.
I think that's another new viewer. So
welcome to the show.
Welcome to the decks.
Trees make great moves like Stolarz, Oyao, and Stetcher. I mean, he has made some.
He has. That's the problem. He's
like
making
Joshua
really good moves.
and Waugh are both playing really well.
And even not just
great.
Not just the moves, but even the contract. The John Tavares contract. I know he had a bad game tonight, but John Tavares contract's fantastic. I think, considering what you had to work with, I think the Matthew Knives contract is really good. He's made some great contract re-signing, signed some great free agents. I wish it was a little more aggressive in the free agent market, but still, he's done some great trades, great waiver pickups. He's done everything right. But at the end of the day,
everything. I agree with this.
You gotta blame somebody.
The trades have been bad. Like the Carlo trade, as I said on our TikTok, has aged like milk.
Yeah, that's true.
I think the Lawton trade, as much as I like Scott Lawton, I think they traded too much to get him. But here's an interesting thought from Brandon. Maybe we fetch a decent pick for Stetcher if it continues to go south. Wouldn't be a bad for a waiver pickup. And you know what? Stetcher keeps playing the way he goes. You might get a second-round pick for him.
Second? I don't know about that.
I do. Look, Dan, look at what the Leafs traded for Brandon Carlo.
Yeah.
Right?
And I will say this, I think that trade and those trades, like, yeah, they were like questionable when they were made. They're like most trades are always going to look worse when you look back at it, especially when the player isn't playing to what they should be playing to. But it's like, I can understand though why the trade to get Lawton, and like I said before, like I can understand why we got Carlo because of what Carlo was as a player on Boston.
Right.
Like I feel like everybody could understand why you made that trade though, because of how
100%.
good Brandon Carlo was. In hindsight, it hasn't worked out.
No.
In hindsight, Fraser Minton has looked amazing. I always loved Fraser Minton. So it sucks to see him go. But it's like you can understand why that trade. I could also understand why Scott Lawton was picked up because of what Scott Lawton was brought in to do.
100%.
If you expected Scott Lawton to score goals, then sorry, I don't think you were thinking in the right. You didn't have the right. You weren't in the right state of mind when making that assumption about Mr. Scott Lawton, and you've never followed his career before. But like, you gotta.
Man. Hold on here. I stumbled on your show. Well, welcome. I'm sure you made a good stumble. I'm a Flyers fan from BA, but watching the Flyers flop against the Sabres sucked. I guess it's worse than Leaf Nation. You know what? I think your Flyers are actually doing better than the Leafs are right now when you look at the standings.
I like that Kristen Dvorak signing they did in the offseason. That was a nice pickup. He's played really well for the Flyers.
Yeah, the Philadelphia Flyers are currently holding on to one of the wild card spots. So, yeah, Philly, they made some nice moves. I think adding Trevor Zegras seems to have added a little bit of more offensive flair.
But welcome to the decks from Pennsylvania. Thank you for joining.
Welcome to the desk.
The desk
should never be in charge of making trades. So that's an interesting comment here. There's another comment we got to get to. Is it interesting to say that maybe you have one GM to do trades, one GM to do signings? If you like split it off into two, if one's better, that's something else.
That's tough. I don't know. That's a
Cup runs through the Central. Yeah, I would agree with you there. You look at either the Avs, Stars, or Wild, especially the Wild now that they just got Quinn Hughes.
Yeah, it's a big move.
Yeah,
I don't think the Wild. And I thought this like when the Kaprizov signing was made. And I still think it now, even with the Quinn Hughes trade, not signing. I don't think the Wild are all that great. And I don't think the Wild are going to be much of a threat because I think the Stars and the Avs, that division runs through Colorado and it runs through Dallas. And I don't think that's going to change with even with the Hughes trade. I think the Stars are better, and I think Colorado's better. And
I think the Wild are done.
No, they're not done, but I do.
You still got Winnipeg in the mix.
But I don't think they're much of a threat to the Avs or the Stars. If the Avs and Stars keep playing the way they're playing, then I thought this last year, and I was wrong of my assumption. But I think it will be this year. If the Avs and Stars meet up, the winner is going to be the team that gets out of the West, because those are the two best teams in the Western Conference right now.
You don't think Tristan Jarry is going to make much of a difference in Edmonton?
No, and I thought that when they made the trade. I was surprised they actually even made a trade in the first place. I was surprised it was to just pick up Jarry, who, like, you're literally just passing the baton, like literally, like right beside you. Jarry and Skinner are the same level of goaltender.
Except Skinner's actually got playoff experience.
Right, yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, but that hasn't really made much of a difference, because I don't think Skinner has been all that great in the playoffs.
Skinner is either great or terrible.
He did get you the Cup Finals like an Olympic.
Yeah, but that's not because of Stuart Skinner.
This comment here from Brandon. I'm actually the other way around. I didn't mind giving up the first round pick. I don't think you should have given up Grabchek. I love this kid. I think this kid's going to be I think he's going to be a really, really good bottom six forward. I
would have been okay giving up one or the other, but not both.
Yeah, but not both.
And no disrespect to Lawton. I love Lawton.
Oh, I love Scott Lawton. He's having a great year. Yeah, I do agree. I forgot.
Oh, Ferrari. Yes.
Yeah, Vladar was a nice piece.
Yeah, Vladar. Sorry, I mispronounced the name. But Vladar was Calgary has been struggling. If they had Vladar still, they might have been better.
And yeah, I do agree with this, Scotty. It was not worth a first and Grabchek.
No.
Also, I agree with Brandon. This playoff format sucks.
Oh, we've talked about his show before, and we'll talk about it again. I'm sorry on the annual stat.
I can't stand the playoff.
It's a big problem in the NHL.
I'm an old fart. I want 1 versus 8.
Yeah, 100%. 1 versus 16.
Hire Boudreaux. We make a cup run. Book it.
That would be sick.
I can't book anything. I'm too poor. You saw how empty my wallet is. Jets are okay in the season, but playoff goaltending leaves town. And we saw too goaltending for Winnipeg. Never mind leaves in the playoffs. When they don't have Hellebuyck, they're worse than Toronto. They're terrible.
Well, then last night, if they had Hellebuyck, it would still lose to St. Louis 1-0.
But if it wasn't for Hellebuyck, they would have lost like 7-0.
I get that, but I lose 1-0 or 7-0. What's the difference?
Yeah, I'm all pride.
Yeah.
We're getting so many comments, and I'm absolutely loving it. Keep it up.
Thank you, everyone.
Wild have lights out goaltending, and adding Hughes brings them to another level. Wild have two goalies that can win in the playoffs. Avs are the best team in the league, period. Will the Avs lose juice? Now, what really does suck when we talk about wanting the 1 versus 8 back, it really sucks that in the first round, we will probably lose either, like right now in the first round, we would lose either Colorado or Minnesota.
Or Dallas.
Or Dallas. Like, we're going to lose one of those 3 teams.
Yeah, sucks.
And that really sucks.
What happened last year? Because we lost one of those two. Dallas and Colorado last year.
The best round's
the first round. And it's wrong. You're right.
100%. I agree.
The best round of the playoffs is the first round.
100%.
The best round of the playoffs all last year was St. Louis versus Winnipeg, and that was round 1.
Oh, that series was so intense.
That series was incredible.
Cow.
Incredible.
It was great.
1 versus 8 easily. Division winners seed 1 and 2. Or riddle me this.
Riddle.
1 versus 10. Division and do a wild card series and have the top teams get a bye.
Yeah, I kind of like football.
So that way, winning your division actually matters. Because right now in hockey, winning the division means bubkiss.
Yeah, we could have at least one division last year. It didn't absolutely nothing for them.
Leafs need to make something happen. We still in it, but not long. Yeah, I mean that's the crazy thing. And as much as we're like the Leafs suck, I'm gonna cry. They're still right in the playoff race, but if they don't get going, the train's going to leave the station to make the playoffs.
Go ahead and take the train up to Muskoka from Union to do golfing.
And then all of the ACC will be doing this. Get some more calm. Yeah, 1 versus 8. I agree. 100%. Bye hurts teams. The hottest team in March is usually the team that makes a run.
Yeah, That's true.
So
too.
what's interesting? Is it consistency or is it rest?
That's
Is it consistency or is it rest?
That's the $1 million question, right?
Not $1 million.
That's a good point.
$20 question.
When Vancouver hired Boudreaux, they went on a run. That's what I mean. Boudreaux.
I don't know why they fired him.
To come in for like 6 months.
Yeah.
He's not a long-term fix.
No.
He's kind of like, do you know when you have a car that's like about to die, the bumpers are falling off, but then you find that like fiberglass kit at Canadian Tire for like $20 that can just hold the body together long enough that the car doesn't die.
And here we are talking automotive again. Hint, hint.
How's it going, David? Always good to hear from you.
Hello, welcome back.
Last thing I see was Dan running to the potty. Dan does love going to the potty.
What?
Take the wild card and just run. Take out wild card. So we could instead just go like the old school playoff.
1 versus 16.
Like the old school format.
I still like 1
Because
versus
you
16.
think about it too, it kind of sucks that like we're gonna lose.
So many good teams
Like
are
Dallas and Minnesota would face each other in the first round right now. So we'll lose either Dallas or Minnesota.
Look how often we get the Battle of Florida, and even Florida or Tampa's out first round. That sucks too.
Like what? Like you even look like the Atlanta. I mean, the other. It's out. It's really this year. It's really just going to hurt the Central because the Central. I do agree. That's where the Cup is going to run through this year.
Totally agree. Yeah.
The Flames and Canucks. So I've actually skipped your first comment here. My mouse jumped, or I jumped. Someone jumped. Alberta teams are just bad at keeping star players. Must be the weather, traffic, and weather.
Yeah, the weather's pretty bad.
Flames and Canucks, so not the Oilers. Western, yeah, definitely. I'd rather 1 versus 16. They'll never do that format because of travel costs, but I would love to see 1 versus 16 and just screw the conferences. I've argued that's what the CFL should do with only being 9 teams, that they should get rid of the conferences.
Correct, yeah.
And just do the top 6.
But will it be 9 forever? I'll be another future topic on a different episode.
That is something we were hoping to get to tonight. We'll see if we get to it, but there is some expansion rumors.
Good luck. Great comments coming in, so keep it up.
9 versus 16.
9-16.
How was that interview with I gotta watch that interview between the commissioner and Luke Wilson.
I haven't seen all of it yet, but from what I've seen, it was interesting.
Yeah, I haven't seen the whole thing at Devers. It's been so busy, but clips have been very interesting, and we do talk CFL on this show quite a bit too, so keep your eyes on that.
The hot wild card team that takes out the President's Trophy Avs. Yeah, right now the wild card team that would face Avalanche would be the San Jose Sharks. So I don't see the Sharks beating the Avalanche. Mind you, if the Sharks,
Sharks are doing some damage. I said they would.
Are the wild card team that faces Colorado. I could see LA going on another run, being the last team to make it in.
Corey Perry in LA.
Oh, Dan, you were lied to.
Whoa. I lied. I have to admit it. I thought we could. It's funny.
I don't think we're going to see Babcock back as the Leaf coach.
No, I don't think so.
Oh. Avs Cup to lose. So I'm curious then, does the Avalanche call Calgary back up about Nazem Kadri?
Well, that's why he got Brock Nelson, right?
He's no Nazem Kadri, though.
True.
But I still hated that Brock Nelson trade. I hated it when they made it, and I hate it even now because I still don't understand it. Like, I just don't understand why you would pay that much.
They're trying to replace Kadri, and they failed.
Like, Brock Nelson really isn't that good of a player, and I do not understand why they paid that much.
Jacob loves him.
Like, Brock Nelson is not that good for the price they paid for him.
Yeah, okay, but if Scott Lawton was worth a first-round pick and a prospect, Brock Nelson was worth what he was traded to market.
It doesn't mean he's worth it. No, like I know the market. I know what you mean by like the market. Like that was his market, but like the market last year at the deadline was just ridiculous.
Oh, it was.
Nelson's having a good year in Colorado. Give credit where credit is due. He's playing pretty well. He's a plus 11. He's got 22 points in 33 games. He's probably getting 18 minutes a game. He's probably like second line minutes, he's playing pretty well.
I will
I
say
like
that,
this comment here.
still don't like the
Let's
trade.
bring back an NHL team to Quebec.
Yeah, 100%. That would be
Yeah, I don't know
amazing.
why they want to bring it back to Atlanta because they built some like Lane. You and I were talking about this a while ago. They built some like super stadium or something out there, right?
Right, yeah,
And like
pretty
that's
much.
kind of why. But yeah, for I know they say if you first don't succeed, try again, and third time's the charm, and all these things. But I don't know. That would be the Bruins. Yeah, if the Avs could run it the way they do or not get it. The rich get richer. The Avs will call about Anderson. I'm assuming you talk about Rasmus Anderson out of Calgary. Yeah, that would be interesting.
That would be crazy. Holy cow.
Watch Boston. Oh, man.
Whoa. That's a trade. Wow.
That's a hell of a trade.
Wow.
I
Boston's
do
got all
agree
the
with this comment,
prospects.
David. I think Kadri is happy to be on a team that actually respects him because I think Toronto
100%.
really mistreated him, and I don't think the Leafs have ever replaced him. They've tried
Yeah.
time after time.
Literally.
Toronto is allergic to first round picks.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, we got Austin Matthews. That's enough.
Allergic they're almost as allergic to first round picks as they are to the third round.
Oh, shots fired.
Well,
Not
before somebody
worth
else
it.
makes the joke, I had to get the joke in because somebody else was going to make the joke eventually.
100%.
But it
Forced to
looks
use it.
like worth it. But look who the trade. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to see who trades of who in the because we're getting closer now to when we're going to start seeing trades, right?
We always seen it with the Skewer Skinner trade, right?
Skinner
Why
and
after
the
that
Hughes
we
trade.
saw the Quinn Hughes trade. Now as I say, first Domino has dropped, so now this has dropped. What else is going to happen? this
Adam
year?
loves Domino's, so
Domino's Pizza.
I do love Domino's Pizza.
It is pretty
yeah.
good.
Regular season.
We're
means
not
nothing
sponsored
if
by
you get-
Domino's Pizza, but we could be.
Oh,
I-
I would love to be sponsored by Domino's Pizza. Domino's Pizza, please sponsor.
I agree with this comment
Give
too.
me free
Montreal
pizza.
versus Quebec. That'd be Montreal versus Quebec City would be dope.
Be amazing.
Also, back to this one, I do agree the regular season means nothing, but you got to get there. You got to get to the playoffs, and right now, I don't know what the Leafs getting there.
I know that's the tough part.
Georgia doesn't care for hockey, period, and even has a
Yeah.
period at the end of the sentence. Very well
That's
done.
true.
Well, I
Georgia is
agree.
very
Like you've
good.
had it in Atlanta, what 2-3 times already? Like how many more times you gotta try? The only reason why it didn't work in Quebec was because the arena was too small. Now they got a bigger arena. Let's go.
Let's
Let's
start
go.
with getting an AHL team East before an NHL or even a PWHL. That's an interesting point. You could just
Yeah.
start looking into getting like more AHL teams out East.
That's a great point. We talked about that in a previous episode. If you want to go back and see our previous episodes on our YouTube and Facebook pages and Spotify and all that fun stuff, iHeartRadio, a great comment.
Phil,
Oh, yeah. Phil the thrill.
thrill.
Yeah.
Okay,
Phil the
honestly,
thrill.
honestly,
The hot dog
bring-
man.
Bring the man who doesn't need to pump the weights, doesn't need to work up. He shows up fat and he puts in the damn work.
You know what? If
100%.
Philip Rivers can throw a touchdown pass at 44, I think Phil Kessel can win a Stanley Cup now. Let's go, boys.
Yeah.
Toronto is
You're the
allergic to
comebacks.
that's you winning.
Yeah, literally.
Saskatchewan, I mean, maybe not an NHL team, but I'd love to see an AHL team get put out there.
I mean, eventually, as they build up, they need something because the only team they have out there is the CFL team, right?
Rough Riders.
Well,
I think they have a
the,
minor baseball team too, if I'm not
They have
mistaken.
the
Lacrosse.
Saskatchewan.
Oh, the lacrosse, a huge
Blades.
The
lacrosse.
Roughnecks.
They have
team.
the Blades. They have
The
the
Blades, yeah.
the whatever league they play in.
Leafs miss the playoffs with no future, no picks is an all-time low.
Wow.
I don't even want to talk. I don't
And
even wanna
remember,
think
if the
about
Leafs
that.
don't make the playoffs, I don't know where my badminton racket is.
It's behind you, Jacob, on the self. Hey? Babson Rack is behind you on the self, Jacob.
Oh, I have to hit myself with this badminton racket for a minute and a half.
Give me got the helmet.
When that happens, I'm gonna get my popcorn ready for that one.
Yeah.
But if the Leafs do make the playoffs, Lane has to wear an Argo hat for half the show.
Well, that's
Because
not
he's
gonna
a
happen.
lifetime Cat fan.
Well, it's looking pretty good in my books right now.
Lane's hoping to avoid jail time in Hamilton. But we need a team out east. Yeah, I would love to
I
see another
agree.
team out east.
Saskatchewan too
Toronto
would
should
be
have a
sick.
second team. I mean, if you're gonna put another team in the GTA, Hamilton's already got an arena that holds 18,000 people. You just put a team in Hamilton, but it won't
But the
happen.
Maple Leafs
because
did block that when Mr. Blackberry
So
tried
did the
doing it.
Buffalo Sabres. They
They
blocked,
blocked it too. That's right.
Hey, I'm 41. At first, I thought it said 411. I'm like, wow. Here's
Whoa!
41. And I got 4 Stanley Cup finals in Flyer Nation. 2, I was a baby. Still, they also lost all 4, which is worse than never making it or making it and losing. That's a good question.
Oh, that's
for
a
an
tough
Oilers fan
question.
right now.
Never making it.
I would
never
say
making
never
it is
make.
so
I don't
much
know.
worse.
Yeah, never making it's worse.
No, like being there is so cool, and I feel like the experience of watching your team be in the finals is something that I would like. I would literally trade anything for the Leafs to be in a cup final, even if they lost. I don't even care if they lose it. They could be embarrassed, but watching the team play in a Stanley Cup final would be amazing. Lane, I know you're probably going to disagree with that, but like I think
I do disagree
why do you,
because
so Lane, quick question then. Why do you disagree?
because if you want to, because I look at the Blue Jays. Does anyone want to remember that? No, we all want to. We all want to wake up and forget that happened. Because I disagree. Because that's so heartbreaking to watch your team come that close. Like there's so many people that are gonna like live through depression in that because the Jays lost because a ball didn't hit the wall and stuff all that. Like yeah, it's fun when it happened, but when you lose, you don't want to remember it. You want to forget it ever happened. You consider like how many people said it was a failure and it was the worst thing ever. And they literally were like one inch away from winning a World Series, and people said it's the worst thing ever. Trade everyone. Everyone freaked out.
See, I disagree with you, Mr. Daskell. Everyone thought I was crazy when we started this podcast earlier this year, and I predicted the Jays were going to have a good year, and everyone thought I was crazy. I started going to the Jays games a lot because I believed in the group. And yeah, I was alive when they won the World Series. Okay, I'm aging myself a bit, but still, to see them going to the World Series again, because I was too young to really renumber, so I'm not that old before we start thinking that. To actually renumber them making to a World Series, to me, is incredible and is well worth it. So I actually, sorry, Mr. Daskell, I disagree with you. I think it's better having the memory and not having it at all.
Or another good example. Look at Vancouver, right? They lost in the finals.
Oh, the riots, yes.
The riots, everything. Was that so freaking fantastic?
Yeah.
People got hurt. Buildings got destroyed. People's buildings, properties, cars. That's it's a great time.
Oh
yeah,
my God,
let's look at the riot in Montreal. Even when like Maurice Richard was suspended, it wasn't even because they lost the game. It's because a player got suspended.
They literally, I forgot about that one too.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
got suspended.
Sure, it's more fun, but it's more heartbreaking. And at the heartbreak, sometimes
Where's the NHL size arena in Markham?
I forgot about that.
Really? Markham is an NHL-sized arena?
I think I heard that somewhere because of a very minor league team, not CHL, but they got a team below that league that sells pretty well. Didn't Marner play for that team growing up?
The Markham Royals you're thinking of.
Yes, that's it. Thank you.
And they're definitely not an NHL size arena, but
you could build it. There's a potential.
Yeah, I agree about Hamilton having a team. I think Hamilton would really embrace the team if the Leafs were being like little.
It's Buffalo. Like Buffalo is not going to want a team. Well, I think it's more so Buffalo than anything.
Yeah. 2010 was my favorite year of hockey.
Oh, I love that year.
Yeah.
I think this Argo fan here is saying about what Lane's saying. Ask a Bills fan that question about making it to the finals.
There's 2 Bills fans on this panel.
Yeah.
No, what I'm saying though, I know, but you got to look. The Bills have, and yeah, it's kind of
made it 5 times and lost.
Yeah, that's depressing.
With Chad Kelly's uncle, Jim Kelly.
Need to clone Pronger.
Yeah. Oh, would that be awesome? Oh, I'd love that guy.
But am I crazy?
I know Edmonton fans hate him because of his wife. Chris Pronger, legend.
No, Lane, you do have a point.
100% you got a point.
I just miss. We haven't seen a Leafs long playoff run since the early 2000s, and I miss it.
Well, 2001 we made it to the 3rd round.
That would be early 2000s, Dan.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
Yeah, if they lost to the finals, it wouldn't be any better. No one would care.
If the Leafs get to the Oh man, the tickets.
Oh, for tickets. Holy cow.
My friend who's actually a really good he's a Nashville Predators fan. And I remember we had this argument for a long time. I said, man, I always cried to him and said, man, it's so frustrating seeing your team go in the first round. He said, no, nothing's as frustrating as seeing your team lose in the finals. There's nothing. It's not even remotely close. And
Didn't the Predators lose in the finals?
Yeah, they did.
They did, yeah, I thought
They got
so.
their butts kicked. And I argued. I said, no way. Going through the finals is so much more fun. You get to see the team. You get to feel the atmosphere. He goes, bro, it pisses you up more than you'll ever imagine. And then with the Blue Jays this year, I'm like, I get it now. He's right. He's
By the
right.
way, I do agree with this comment. Everything does cost way too much in Toronto. Like to get a good seat for a Leaf game to watch them choke is like at least $200. I will
Hockey
say
Hall
though,
of Fame.
the CFL tickets in Toronto are very affordable. Go see a really good football game for like $40.
Even the Hockey Hall of Fame's expensive to get into.
Yeah, it's like $35-$40. I'd rather go see a football game.
Yeah, I agree. Football is a great value.
Everyone needs to hear Vladdy hit a ball. Bang!
Oh yeah, home run, baby.
Nova Scotia.
Yankees lose.
I would absolutely love to see an NHL team in Nova Scotia.
That'd be so cool.
I can't think of this Markham Arena that's bigger than Copps Coliseum, and well, now it's TD Coliseum and
I know
Hamilton.
there's one in Oakville. The 16 mile is huge.
It's not as
16
big.
miles is
Hamilton, no,
not
but
big
Hamilton's
enough to
holds like
fit.
18,000 people.
Yeah, I feel like I gotta Google Markham Arenas now.
I can't think of this.
Because I thought it was where the Markham Royals play, but maybe I'm wrong.
No, it's not.
Well, I'm not crazy for thinking that, am I?
Yes, you are.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
Adam, you need to change your Ron Jeremy photo.
I'm not going to change my photo.
We need to change. I think we need a photo of Adam. Actually,
Jeremy Wonek,
Yeah.
that'd be cool.
Probably a picture of me would be nice, but I'm not going to do that. 'cause all the
2010s
pictures
was
I
a
have of
good
myself are ugly.
decade of hockey before the game got too commercialized.
Yeah.
Actually, speaking of commercialized, a topic for us at some point, I was kind of wondering, do you guys think it's weird that NHL players are allowed to be in sports betting ads? Because I do.
Yes.
Like professional athletes shouldn't be allowed to be in sports betting ads.
Yeah. it's
Well,
weird.
Don Cherry can't advertise beer.
Well, now Don Cherry doesn't advertise anything.
Yeah, but I mean before they canceled them, right? If they can't advertise beer.
Let's not
Last
get into
time-
that topic.
No, I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
it's not. But yeah, oh man, Jeremy Roenick.
Oh yeah, hit our
Right
captain.
after Roberts killed. Yeah.
Yeah. And Tucker went off the captain and two that hit around the boards. That Tucker
Yeah.
hit was crazy.
Another fire lighter man. Another team going to Ontario is about as good an idea as Saskatoon getting a team.
I don't know. I think
I don't
Scott's
know.
one.
I think depending on where you put it in Ontario, you could see one. But I would
I
actually
could see
rather
London.
a team go into Saskatchewan or New Brunswick or Nova Scotia.
And welcome to the Dex. Welcome to the Dex. That's another new viewer.
By the way, everyone, we will get to everyone's comments. I apologize. It's the comments are flying in hot.
But we
There's
love it, so
plenty
keep
of
putting
new
it in.
comments
Thank
here.
you.
So
so many
hot that I need an
comments.
UV glove.
Thank you, everyone.
Pronger reminds me of Lindros that felt the head smack.
Yeah.
You know
That's
what,
we-
man?
Eric Lindros is a super nice guy. Jacob and I got to meet him. Great dude.
I made him fill out a survey for a hat.
That's
Wow,
right.
you guys are just flexing that you guys got to meet Pronger, and it's just.
I remember
it's
going to
No,
the
that's
Jays
wrong.
game for $2. Yeah, the
Poor
Jays
Jays.
were. I wonder how much
I
tickets
know.
will be, for the Blue Jays next year.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be making too many
Thanks,
games
sir.
next year.
I live near Happy Value. A PSU football game is such a great time.
Oh, interesting. Cool.
Yeah, I could see that.
Oh, it's like
can
what,
see it.
university football?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Given it's PSU, I'm assuming it's Penn State,
Yeah, I would think so.
which is they're a good team.
Yeah, really good
Get-
team.
A really good. What I would love to go see one time, just because I think the environment looks so cool on TV, is going to Death Valley to go watch LSU.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Because the environment in Death Valley is crazy for a night LSU game. It is insane there.
Mhm.
I would love to go see a game there or the Rose Bowl.
Yeah,
I
the
like
Rose Bowl
just
would be
any
cool.
sporting event at the Rose Bowl because the Rose Bowl just looks so cool.
It does, yeah.
But it would be
But
like
yeah,
crazy to try and get there though. That would be the only issue.
Yeah. So when
It'd
you're
be
saying the Markham
insane.
Waxers, by the way, the Markham Royals used to be the Markham Waxers.
Oh, okay.
I love Rob Jeremy. I just don't have 3 legs. I'm not going to answer how you can have 3 legs.
Good idea, Jacob.
All betting and company. I do agree with this comment 100%. I think sports betting in a lot of ways is ruining sports.
Yeah, we've talked about that on previous episodes. So Sarah will talk about that again. It's a very interesting hot topic. Yeah.
Seen first Jays games in person, it was cold. Yeah, well, I mean, it is in Canada. So
No, but before the Sky Dome.
Comment, and so Elaine, just be happy you weren't watching the game in Sault Ste. Marie.
Oh my God. Jacob. Oh, I hear that so much from you. I'm gonna start saying, I'm gonna start banning the word. Yeah, that's just driving me up the wall. I know you're doing it just because I keep getting annoyed by it, but it is genuinely the amount of times you bring it up is crazy to me.
To our new viewers, by the way, because we got a lot of them tonight, Jacob, the sports analyst, used to work in Sault Ste. Marie, worked for many years. It's because he is a TV producer. And Adam is a camera guy for Jacob in his TV shows. And Lane is a play-by-play announcer for those OJHL hockey games. So that's
how we all Ontario Junior Hockey League.
That's how we all connected. And
me working with Jacob explains why I hear about Sault Ste. Marie too much. It's because
100%. And I'm taking sports entertainment marketing at Seneca because I'm switching careers from the automotive business to the sports business. So that's how we all connected. Everyone wanted to know.
I would say it's very good. It's very cool to see that you're going back to school at your age. Not to say you're old, but you're changing career after working in another industry for so long.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate that. It's a tough decision to make, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why we're getting a bit of an echo, so I apologize.
I know I'm hearing that, and I'm like, is there an echo inside of myself? And I'm just hearing myself like I'm going crazy or something.
I think I fixed it, Adam. I just changed the settings. So, but thank you for
Lane
Dashco for
the
pointing that out in the chat. We had $2, and actually,
I remember those days.
Dan, if you remember, we went to a Jays game 3 years ago, and we paid like $10.
2 years ago, by the way. It was 2 years ago, and we paid. I think it was about $15 a ticket. So up in the 500s. It was so empty, we had a gentleman behind us take a pee in the stands. That's how empty it was. Now you look at where the Jays are now. It's pretty crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine Lindros and Pronger on the same team. Yeah, that would have been crazy.
Holy cow. 88 and 44 together? Wow.
No, listen, Pronger and Scott Stevens on the same team.
Oh, the eyes.
There would just be murder everywhere.
That sounds like a 2005 EA hockey game.
And by the way, to this question, I would say no. There's never been a D-man who's even close to Boreas Salming on the Leafs.
I totally agree. No one. My favorite player is Brian McCabe. That's my dude. But Boreas Salming, all-time legend. That was. He passed away recently, didn't he? He was pretty sick there. I was very sad to see. I cried when that happened because he was such a lovely gentleman and probably one of the best Maple Leafs of all time. I think he was the best Maple Leaf of all time. At least I can think of anyway. He was great hockey player.
By the way, if you're any football fans here, we're in overtime between the Rams and the Seahawks, 30-30.
Whoa, excited.
The Seahawks had a 16-7 fourth quarter to tie the game up.
Yeah, wow.
PSU whiteout game seats. Wow.
110,000.
That's a lot of damage.
That's like a city.
That's like crazy.
That's awesome.
But that's also
Oilers Flames sweaters look dumb with the Play Alberta ads on their uniform. Okay, so I have an unpopular opinion on this. Maybe not so much the NHL, but I think like these smaller soccer leagues and football leagues struggling for income, they should sell more ads on jerseys.
Well, look at the PWHL, the Toronto Temple released their jerseys. They have CIBC at the bottom of their jersey, right?
No, but I'm talking about Europe.
Right.
and just plaster ads on it to bring in some more income. I wouldn't be against the CFL doing that.
But again, to play Alberta, that's for gambling company, isn't it?
It is, which is what I don't like that being on jerseys, though.
I'm not with the. I don't like the ads on the.
Yeah, and you
jerseys.
are right, Wilder. The Flames are. Flames are winning. But Lane, we had this conversation before, so I'm curious. Why are you against it if you could still buy a clean version if you wanted the clean
It
version?
just looks horrible. I don't
But
want
like,
to see.
I get it for the NHL, like not doing it, but like the CFL, for example, where
Okay, the
teams aren't
CFL,
making
yeah.
money.
The CFL, sure. Like I don't care if the CFL does, but I don't want to see like NHL definitely doesn't need to. They don't need the money. They make enough money. They don't have to. Like I like we don't have to look like human race cars. That's a good comment.
Oh yeah, race car drivers. Those uniforms are so funny.
I don't want it to look I don't want it to look Art Attack where I can't even see. Like I like the what's wrong with a nice clean jersey that looks.
At least it's nothing like the European hockey jerseys, like where it's just like logos.
Everywhere.
That's what.
But that's what I'm
Jacob
saying.
wants.
Maybe some of these, like the CFL, for example, if they did that, it could bring in a lot more revenue.
Well, to Wilder's.
Also,
Jacob,
Elliott Lake, yeah, that is.
Welcome,
St. Marie.
So
Elliott Lake, yep.
Jacob, I know you brought up like
What
about
leagues in Europe putting like ads on their jerseys and stuff, but like their whole issue is not ad money though, but that's like TV money. The TV, you don't get any TV money in the like European leagues unless you play in a high enough league.
True.
Like you basically like if you're stuck. I can explain it best by just explaining like in England, I know it's like you don't get none of their games if you're outside of the second tier of English football. You basically get like none of your games are on TV. So you get you're basically getting like basically nothing in terms of ad money at all.
That makes
so
sense.
It's like it's tough. It's not even just because they don't have enough ads on their jerseys. It's just they don't make any money outside of the ads on their jerseys.
So $2. By the way, $2 for a Jays game in 1977.
Why when they opened? But there was a stretch in the early 2000s too. I think it was around Roy Halladay days, like 2001, 2003. They had the Toonie Tuesday days, and the idea was to get everyone in for a toonie, and they sold beer for like $4 a beer or something. But the issue was they had a lot of people drinking and driving on the way home, of course, right? So Mad Canada, as they said, put an end to that. But I do remember the Toonie Tuesdays for the Jays.
Used to have a junior team in my town back in the day. Yeah, you know, I would say if you're into whatever sport you're into, seriously check out some of your junior sports.
Like, what town is that?
Like both. Yeah, it's a good question. I'm not sure what town it is, but both Lane, Adam, and I cover a lot of Ontario junior hockey, and you'd be surprised how good the hockey is. So if you're in Ontario near an OJHL team, I would give them a look. Yeah, and that would have been Exhibition Stadium back when it was $2. So if anyone doesn't know where Exhibition Stadium is, it's where Rico and BMO Field is now, over by Exhibition Go.
Basically, it's a parking lot.
And this is an interesting point. If you had Stevens and Pronger, they'd be suspended half the season in the new NHL.
Yeah, that's true. That is so true.
100%.
Yeah, Stevens and Pronger were incredible players.
The league's too soft.
Human race cars.
Will be something.
Minimize the logo on the sweater for ads. That's not a bad idea if you did like smaller logos. So maybe we could do something between no logos and what they do in Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have Lane against it. We got Jacob for it. So maybe we should do a poll in the comments or something like that. You know, if people are for ads or against ads.
Maybe. Oh, by the way, as Wilder said earlier, the Flames did win.
Oh yes, I forgot to mention that they beat Seattle 3-2.
And yeah, actually, Brendan, that's more what I meant. Like, not to the extent that Europe does the ads, but maybe have some smaller ad logos a little more on some of the jerseys in the leagues like the CFL or like AAA baseball, the Ontario Junior Hockey League, because those kind of leagues that are looking to bring in some more revenue.
100%. Yeah.
Hey, thank you very much for joining us. And as Dan said, if you did enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. I know that might sound, we don't like to push it, but it does help with the algorithm so more people can find our great content. But thank you very much for joining us tonight. Thank you to everyone. But I mean, looks like Mr. Roger is hitting the hay.
Thanks for joining us from Elliott Lake. Great spot. Check out.
Elliott, you know what? It is absolutely gorgeous up north in the right time of year. But I'm going to be honest, I don't know how you handle the winters. I lived up there for 4 years, and I think I could have lit myself on fire and still been cold.
Yeah, literally. Minus 40s in the morning.
Yeah.
Pitch dark at 9 o'clock. Pitch dark at 4 o'clock. Yeah, it's tough up there in winters.
We got a Cougars fan in the chat here. Yeah, Burlington Cougars take on the North
Good night, Landon. Thanks for joining us again.
Thanks for joining us.
Long-time friend and supporter of the deck, so thank you.
It's going to be an interesting game tomorrow, that's for sure. Right before
who are they playing tomorrow?
Milton, all Halton matchup, which is always entertaining.
Oh, it's going to be something.
Yeah, Dan won't come.
Dan, you should go.
Dan's just
Dan,
at home
come
by himself. We won't say what he's doing.
Yeah, Dan, don't mope at home. Don't mope at home, Dan.
Well, maybe I'll make it tomorrow. What time is it?
Yeah, come to the game.
7:30, bro.
So that's not too bad. I am going to Marley's game on Saturday.
And then, Dan, then you can help us strike.
Yeah.
No. I'll pull the cables up the window.
No. Anyway. But
Blade's like, what?
But guys, we have been on the air for almost 2 hours again tonight. We've been doing a lot of long shows lately.
There's just the comments, man. Oh, Rams are up 37 to 30.
I'm like 37-0. What happened?
I was
Just
just about to
overtime.
say that.
Man, I don't know if do you guys agree with me, Matthew Stafford for MVP?
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Like, I know some people are saying Josh Allen now.
Well, I love Josh Allen. Josh Allen would be my
Matthew
choice.
Stafford tonight so far 29 for 49, 457 and
457.
Oh, and Puka Nacua having a good game. Maybe he'll be able to buy a house. 12
Yeah.
225 yards, 2 TDs. If you're getting that, he made a comment claiming that he cannot afford to buy a house on his salary where he clears $480,000 a year.
Oh, Puka.
I mean, LA real estate is
I don't
crazy.
care. I'm so sick of this crap. Like, there are people who literally can't afford like bread, and you're whining about your 480,000 cleared.
Well, look how Ryan Gosman couldn't afford parking on his $110 million contract.
I will subscribe. Yeah, hopefully we see you again. Thank you very much for joining us at the desk. Looks like everyone's starting to get ready to go to bed.
Yeah, well, thank you for joining us in Pennsylvania.
Who needs sleep?
Yeah.
What are you guys talking about? Who needs sleep, you know?
Adam, you're always telling me off for not getting enough sleep.
Okay, well, Jacob, I've learned that you're just not going to do it anyway. So, like, you know,
Yeah, Jacob doesn't sweep.
No, the problem
Neither
is
does Lasco. He doesn't sweep
the
either.
problem is, Jacob, you start bringing up,
advertise.
Jacob, you start telling me things
On
and I'm just
company
like, if you don't want
time.
me to worry about you, stop telling me things that I wouldn't want to hear.
The Georgetown, you know what? I think David wants to buy some teams in Halton. The Georgetown Gadgets versus the Halton Hills Heroes.
There we go.
So I guess, you know, now that the comments have slowed down a little bit, I can finally talk. I don't know. Should we talk the CFL content or should we save the expansion?
I think we need another episode for CFL.
We are going to have to do a CFL.
There's a lot of
recap
CFL
episode.
contact
We have a lot of
last few
CFL
days.
news
It needs a
coming
full
up.
episode.
We still haven't done the NBA yet either.
I
I
know.
know.
We have so much to talk about.
We do.
And I think
Shout
this has been a great
Shout out
post
the
game.
Raptors for the big dub tonight. Big dubs in the chat for the Raptors. Big dubs.
Yeah.
Big dubs.
Big dubs.
Big dubs. in
Raptors looking
Milwaukee.
great this year.
Big dubs.
Haven't the Raptors been struggling a bit of late? So it's good. That
Yeah.
A little bit, but still, overall, we're looking very good.
They really been missing RJ Barrett when he's been injured.
They got a big win though tonight. Brandon Ingram with 29 points.
Why, great addition. He's
Scotty
been.
Barnes
Wow.
with another double-double, 24 points, 11 rebounds.
Well,
Mhm.
Mr. Alphabet, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah.
But his brother Thanasis.
Hmm.
No, his Thanasis didn't play either. Neither
So,
of the
guys, how do you feel about the Raptors going for Antetokounmpo?
They shouldn't. No,
They
bad idea.
shouldn't.
Don't do it. Don't do it. It's not
Why
worth
not?
it because you're gonna have to pay too much for him. It's not worth it.
I will give you Colin Murray Boyles.
I think
Who's
the
that?
issue, though, I think because Jacob in the NBA, So things are different in the NBA than I think in a lot of other leagues. But I could also be wrong, is that you can't trade, like the way the contracts work in the NBA is that you basically have to match salaries when you're making the trades.
Oh.
So no matter what you do, the Raptors have to match whatever Giannis is making in the trade to make the trade work.
Dave admits the beginning of the
So if
show.
Giannis
I
is
was
making $54 million, they have to somehow match the $54 million. So you're going to have to pay a lot to get Giannis, just based off of salary wise.
What is happening?
I was dancing like crazy at the beginning of the show when Dave admits it. So I'm just dancing away a little bit. And Jacob and Adam are like, whoa, and Lane, like, you got two positive release were so bad. But I'm dancing away, and look how great of a show we are. So I'll keep dancing. Hit me some music, Will. There we go. DJ, move for your money. Woo! Lane's like, what's going on? Come on, Lane, dance.
Lane's just like, why am I even here right now?
Have him dance if we can't see you. You can dance.
I assure you, I don't think Adam's dancing.
This is what happens. We've been on the air for over 2 hours, but it's not as bad as the NHL draft. We're on air for like 7 to 5 hours, whatever it was. Oh, that's Dan in a dance off. Well, let's go, Dasco.
Oh.
Wait, I don't think they're going to be done until you start dancing.
I'm good.
Well, we're in dance off, and yay! Oh, the sound effects! Let's go! That would hurt, Jacob. Whoa, my heart's pounding out of me. No, they use the headphones.
Wow.
That happens been on the air for 2 hours live.
Please, Louise, Jacob.
Oh, no, I have a comment going.
This is the CFL.
No, this is not the CFL sport.
No. We'll be doing a whole other episode for that because
we do a lot of CFL content. I'm a CFL like nut.
I had my Argos hat before I flipped it off.
So you know what? Since we did bring up some CFL content, what do you guys think about expansion? The CFL commissioner said that he wants expansion done within 5 years. They want a 10th team, and it needs to be in Canada.
I got a hot.
Then yeah. Like if financially it works, like you know what I mean. Like if it's going to be something that you can bring in the team, and the team would be like sustain, like it would be like they would bring in a good crowd, and they would be okay. Like it's a team that could last multiple, like it could last a while. Then yeah, I would do it. But if it's not, then is it really worth it?
Well, I feel a 10th team is a need. And I think it could really work in Laval. Their university football program does very well out there. You'd have an instant rivalry like Toronto versus Hamilton. That's why Lane looks so angry, because we're Argo fans here. I'm just kidding, Lane. You look dashing as always. But Dan, what's your hot take?
I got a hot take on this expansion question, and I said this in our pre-season episode way at the beginning
back
of the podcast, in the beginning of this year at the Dex. The commissioner has said 5 years. Whoa, this needs to be done in 5 minutes. Okay, we need this right now. When he took over as commissioner of the CFL, I said, number one, you need a 10th team. Why? 9 is an odd number. It's too weird with the playoffs. 2, we got more teams in the West than the East. And 3, we got too many talented players that even great players like Nick Arbuckle is not a starting quarterback. And we got teams in Canada that can support it. We have out East in Halifax. We have out West in Vancouver Island. We could probably do another team in Ontario. We could do one in Quebec. There's so many places where we could do this. We need this 10th team now. They've been promising this for years. I get COVID delayed, everything, but hey, we need this now. 5 minutes. Let's go.
Okay, but I really feel the 5-year window is realistic. Your window of tomorrow was not realistic.
It's already there. We got the arena. We got the buyers. We got the fans. Look at this CFL Atlantic. I sold out in 10 minutes. Same with CFL Pacific. 10 minutes. Let's go.
So we have another fan who doesn't like the rule changes.
Interesting.
I'm still kind of waiting to see how they play out next year.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of negative feedback on the rule changes. I mean, I don't like.
Halifax Halifax.
Oh, that's a good name. I like that.
I don't know. It sounds a little fishy.
The one I don't like is I don't like the field swinging down to 100 yards. I think it's classic how we had 110 yards, we had 55 center. The other rules, okay, I get moving the goalposts. I totally get that. I get swinging the end zones to 15 yards in every field. I get that part. But swinging the field size, I do not like, just straight up. What do you think, Lane? What do you think of the new rules?
I'm excited for them. I think the game needed a change.
Interesting.
I agree. I honestly didn't hate anything he did. The only one that I'm really worried about, the one that I'm most excited about is this running game clock. I really hope it doesn't become an NFL thing where it's like the last 3 minutes of the game. I like that the last 3 minutes feels like kind of like a gong show, like a wild cowboy shootout. I really hope this whole like extra 30, 15, 20 seconds I get isn't going to kill the play clock. Like, I hope they stick to that whole like under 3 minutes. It stops every time. You got to reset and you got to go right away.
But see, I agree with this comment here. I'd say it's
point,
somewhat
Lane.
in trouble. Like, I mean, we are seeing attendance on a small increase across the board, but we are still seeing a lot of empty seats, which surprises me realistically. I think it's more of a marketing issue. They really have to be careful where they put a team. 5 years is more realistic. And I do agree with the 5 year being more realistic. And so here's the interesting thing is, though, people say it has to be a team in the East, and some people may hate this take. You could put an expansion team in the West and just move Winnipeg to the East.
You could, for sure. I could see that.
Like, you could put, let's say hypothetically you put a team in Kelowna, BC.
No,
So
Vancouver, I would.
No, Kelowna, because Kelowna's got a bigger stadium already, and it would be easier to put in more seating. Plus, that's where they're doing the Lions games, unlike Toronto, where they're still going to get home games in their home city. Toronto only had about 15 different football stadiums they could have went to. But, you know what? You go Kelowna, and then the West could be Saskatchewan, Calgary, Edmonton, Vancouver. And then you just move Winnipeg to the East. But I mean, also too, though, then you lose the whole rivalry of the Western teams between Saskatchewan and Winnipeg, right?
I don't think you lose them because it's such a small league still. You're still playing each other 2-3 times a year.
We have a Morpheus fan chat.
Let's go. Welcome, Will, from the United States. Thanks for joining us again. Great friend of the show.
Big Ray the Chase Man. Let's go. W to the chat.
Yeah.
Big dubs in the chat.
Yeah. Holy cow.
You know what, though? I'm thinking when I think expansion in the CFL, I think of Halifax, Laval, London. Those are kind of my 3 top cities that I could see because Western really supports their football team.
London. What about Quebec?
Or, riddle me this.
Quebec has to be on there.
Kingston.
Ooh, that could be interesting.
Kingston, the Ottawa Red Blacks do all their training camp stuff there. Their preseason game sells out there every year.
Town, though.
Yeah, but Dan, you'd have Kingston, Belleville, Brockville,
Prince Edward
County. What's going on in Kingston outside of
There's nothing to do in Kingston.
True.
I've argued the CFL does better in these B markets.
True. I think Kingston would be like a C market.
Well, you got the Kingston, you got their OHL team, but that's about it.
Kingston Frontenacs, yeah.
But between Kingston, Belleville, Quinty, you'd have over 100,000 people.
Oh, well over 100,000. Kingston's over.
Kingston isn't small. Where's Fudge?
Well, I
You
don't
mean
mean
someone
small and bad. I just mean like you look at Toronto with 3 million, Kingston's like
Yeah, but
what,
look,
150,000.
I hate to say it, but look how in Toronto, I mean, and when I say this, Argo fans who love the Argos love the Argos.
We're lifetime Argo fans.
Part of the
season ticket
reason why the
holders.
Argos struggle with attendance wise is because they're in Toronto. We all know that.
Mhm.
Because there's way too much competition. In Kingston, there'd be no competition.
Right.
Look how well they do in Hamilton, right? Look how well they do in. I don't think Regina's that big.
True.
Regina doesn't got much going on.
There's
But they
only,
don't have
what,
much going
300,000 people there?
Like David's saying Kingston's over 100,000.
Yeah, I was going to say about 150.
I'm going to Google this. Kingston,
Yeah, welcome back to the show, David. Another great friend of the program.
Ontario.
Don't
Yeah,
forget
Kingston's
the population.
population, Dan. Kingston and surrounding area is 172,000, and it's on a growth rate of 7%. This might actually be a really good market.
A little bit bigger than I thought. Okay, interesting. I thought it's about 100.
And with that 7% growth,
yeah, that's huge. That's big.
you have you'd have Cornwall as well. Kingston, the city of Kingston by itself is 132,485. Kingston greater area is 172,546.
Interesting.
Pointing out too, right? You got Brockville, which is another 25. Not 25 people, I'm assuming.
Brockville.
But you have because those cities are kind of far to go to a game in Ottawa, but it's close enough. You can have an instant rivalry, and there's so much history in Kingston with Canada, as it was almost the capital of Canada. I really think Kingston might be a great spot.
Interesting. Hey, go have the university.
Whoa, okay. Sorry, David. I'll slap myself.
Oh, I know this is really off topic.
Jeez. I guess Kingston really doesn't like Cornwall. I don't know.
Go ahead, Lane.
I don't know why I wanted to bring this up because this is really off topic. But what do we think about the World Juniors goal song being encouraged by the Tragically Hip?
I love it.
Oh, cool.
I love it.
It's usually that song.
It's usually very Canada.
Hey, baby.
Ooh.
I want to
know.
If you be my girl.
As long as we're not singing it, I'm happy.
But the Tragically Hip are like a very Canada. I feel like it was more the coaching staff than the players.
For Canada.
Well, you think about it too with the Hey Baby song. I love it, but we did do so poorly last year, right? Maybe it's time to switch it up a little bit, right? We talked about last year how big of a disappointment it was and how we have to change the players that we're winning and not winning because of it. So maybe change the song too, right?
You know what? I think our goal song should be Wonderwall.
Oh, yeah. You're my wonder.
No, it's The Climb.
It's The Climb.
But Lane, answer your question, all jokes aside, I think picking the Tragically Hip for a Canadian goal song is a win.
Yeah,
Canadian icon.
Big dubs in the chat. Big dubs in the chat.
Everyone seems to be really happy about it.
Are you happy about it?
Yeah, I just wanted to know what everyone thought.
I thought you were mad about it, given.
Tragically Hip, those is the great option, right?
We're all happy, so.
I was so confused because I thought that was because you didn't like it.
Some more comments from David. Man, I love the OHL, but for our time we can see each other, I'd rather spend money and see AHL. Yeah, I mean, sometimes AHL is actually cheaper than OHL. Like, you want to go see a Brantford Bulldogs game,
for sure,
more than you would to go to a Marlies game. Trains are very useful. I do agree. But yeah, you know what? The more I'm thinking about this, though, and not to get back to the CFL, but the more I'm thinking about it, the more I think Kingston might be a perfect spot for a 10th team.
Well, just to add to,
there's money there. There's nothing to do. It's kind of like another Hamilton type city, which does very well. It's considered a medium-sized Ontario market.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a population that's older, which it is an older demographic that likes the CFL, like in that 40-plus range. Not saying if you're 40, you're old. I just mean...
but younger people getting CFL too.
No, I know they are, but I'm just saying.
You know,
Yeah, David, we definitely be down to come up to Belleville for a Belleville Sens game. You ought to do an analyst desk road trip.
Oh, well, it's interesting, David. The Murray game I'm going to Mo on Saturday is against the Belleville Senators, the Murrays versus the Senators, but it's in Toronto. Yeah, just to answer your point, David, with the AHL, Lane and I went to the Murray's game last week there, whatever it was, and I think it's great hockey. The Murray's lost, but still, we just love going. And hockey tickets about $25, versus a lot cheaper than other entertainments. And same we talked about with the OJHL earlier tonight, the Burlington Cougars and Milton Minutes and all of them. You can see really good hockey for like $15 a ticket. Like, we're talking early 2000s Blue Jay pricing at this point. And maybe that's what the CFL needs to do too, and teams like Toronto and stuff, make like more seats, like entry-level seats affordable, right? Like you look at BMO Field, all the empty seats in the upper bowls anyway. Why not make seats for $15 in the empty bowl? Just get people in there.
Jacob, if we're going to go on a road trip somewhere, maybe we should do a cross-Canada road trip.
Oh, wouldn't that be amazing?
Analyst desk cross-country road trip.
We'll need Barkley to build a school bus
in a car together.
No, we have my Escalade.
Oh, that's true. Well, that's 4 of us still locked into a car with each other.
Make sure the door's locked, because Dan might try to get out driving down the highway.
Oh my gosh, yes. Dan tried to exit my car when we were on the highway. And he actually opened my door, the back door of my car.
Oh, you gotta have fun on the road, right?
Yeah, well, like we were moving, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, Tragically Hip Boulevard.
Oh, that's the truth, too, 100%.
So the biggest stadium in Kingston, by the way, at the moment holds 10,000. However, Kingston has been in talks about building a multi-sport soccer/football stadium with more seats that could be closer to 15 to 20,000 capacity.
Which would be perfect for a CFL team.
That
I heard that rumor too.
And yeah, this is true here about Hamilton. I mean, a lot of time. Now, when they say sellout, so this is something that's interesting.
Yeah.
So they do tickets sold, and they say it's a sellout if there is no at least pair of 2 seats together left. That's what's considered a sellout in sports.
So can you repeat that, Jacob?
So let's say there's 80 tickets left, but there's no tickets beside each other, then it's deemed a sellout.
Really?
Yes. When the Leafs say they're sold out every night, they're not. If you actually look at the capacity, it's around 90%.
True.
Yeah, Hamilton is around 500,000.
Yeah, we're about 570 now.
You do get good crowds in Hamilton. Like, we go to Ticats games too.
Lane's a lifelong Ticat fan.
Black and gold. So, but Lane, please don't actually bleed. Like, don't do that. But
yeah,
I know I'm kind of
1999.
Oh my gosh. Dan is just winding everybody up tonight. And then there's an awkward silence because Jacob.
Yeah. Hey, Hamilton's a good crowd. I will say, like, I love going to Ticat games, but I also feel like the Argos are a little bit louder, even though they have less people. As crazy as that sounds.
Oh, I like every game I've gone to, like, I just love yelling, so I think I make it louder when I'm there, and I'm just yelling.
For sure, 100%.
I am just yelling random stuff.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Well, look, when Dasco and I went to the Ticats game against Nathan York, and we were yelling, Mr. Clipboard, because he was the sideline for years.
Oh, that's amazing.
Just having fun, right? Having a good time.
We have some interesting comments that have came in here from David. And David, you are absolutely right. Like, they're not always truthful about how many seats they actually sell.
Yeah. 100%.
What's interesting in Toronto, they do their attendance by tickets scanned, not seats sold.
Right.
Which is also why sometimes you'll see lower numbers. And I mean, also, just unfortunately, the city of Toronto doesn't support the Argos enough, which I do blame MLSC for poor marketing.
I mean, I will say the Argo fans are you can see a quiz.
Oh yeah, the Argo fans that are there are great. Like, no, I'm not
right? The Argo fans are super loyal.
I don't mean it like that. I just wish the city got behind the team more.
I wish so too. Look, when they won the Grey Cup, and we went to the Grey Cup celebration Maple Leaf Square, there was maybe 200 people there?
That was more than that.
Okay, maybe 500. But versus when the Raptors won, it was like 2-3 million.
Now
Right?
remember though, Dan, the Raptors, that's Canada's team. That's going to be different.
Well, that's true.
It's like
too.
if
People
the
just
Jays
travel the
won,
country for
Toronto
that.
just would have closed.
That's true.
The city of Toronto was closed for the evening. Come back tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
There's no entry. No entry allowed.
Yeah.
So, guys, Seattle won. Seattle beat the Rams on a 2-point convert.
Whoa!
Wow.
38-37. Big dubs in the chat for
That's
Seattle.
huge for Seattle.
They're 12-3 now.
Wow.
That's crazy. That's just insane.
That's nuts. I gotta thank my friend Sam who messaged me when I was on the air, giving me the telling me to watch the highlights of the game. He said the game was nuts. So big shout out to him.
I started playing a video on my computer by accident.
Oh, it's all good, bud.
No, Dan, it is not good. I hate when people tell me that. They're like, it's all good, Adam. And I'm like, no, it's not. Everything is horrible.
I don't find Toronto crowds are quiet personally, but I mean, maybe it just depends on the section. Our section's pretty rowdy.
Yeah, we're up in the by Pinball's booth there in the 225, right? About the 25-yard line.
I do agree, though. Hamilton fans can be another level at times, like when you get Pigskin Pete coming up and making you scream Oski wee wee.
Yeah, the whole
it's a
dance.
good time. However, do not. I'm gonna go full screen for this. Do not buy a hot dog at Hamilton Stadium because I think their hot dogs are from when they won their last championship.
Oh,
last time I had one, it was absolutely disgusting.
Fired.
Damn, Jacob, you're pulling a Dan there.
1999.
I do think, though, we're going to have a full show about CFO relocation and go over those cities. I think that'd be an interesting topic.
Well, for sure, 100%. I think, and there was also a lot of news going on in CFL lately with re-signing and players not re-signing and
in Winnipeg,
a lot of coaching moves.
Looks like they're really going to try to run it back in Winnipeg.
Yeah, it's a big shocker. So, we are talking about it tonight. Thanks for the great comments, but we'll definitely have to do a full episode on it. So stay tuned. Keep following us to see a full episode.
And remember, CFL winter meetings are only like 2.5 weeks away.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Ooh.
Training camp starts at what, May?
It's going to be May.
So.
Wow, I'm already going to be hearing about all this CFL talk for like.
Hey, thank you for joining us, Christopher. Always happy to hear from you.
Yeah,
hey,
thank you so much.
If you ever see us at an Argo game, if you're there, or a Ticats game, or whatever game,
don't say anything. Stay silent.
Shoppers Drug Mart. Come say hi.
100%.
You don't know what Adam looks like though, because he just wants to be Austin.
No, exactly. No, you'll never know who I am. I'll just.
Thanks so much.
Jacob, that's why I'm never gonna show my face again. It's like nobody can see. Nobody knows who I am then.
I was just going to say, Chris, thanks so much for joining us. And, not sound like broken record, but please subscribe to the channel. Please like and share. Thank you for all the great comments. It helps grow our channel so we can do more of this for all of you guys. So thank you very much. And thank you, David, for all the emoji likes. It's a big appreciation, too, over on the Facebook side.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much.
What,
wow,
guys,
what a great episode.
For 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Yeah, crazy.
I think it's time we call it a night.
And I danced so much I lost my hat.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I see my beautiful non-hair.
As long as Dan doesn't lose the dance, we're good. But thank you very much, everyone, for joining us at the Analyst Desk. If you're looking for more Analyst Desk content, make sure to follow us on all the social medias. Right. And, of course, was joined by Mr. Lane Dashig Dashko.
That's me.
And the man who may not be willing to go to Central Arena, but he's willing to be on a podcast for over 2 hours, Mr. More for your money.
Woo! What's Central Arena?
That's where the Burlington Cougars play.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And thank you very much to Adam, who is never alone because he always has you in his heart.
That's true.
And of course,
Number
myself,
one in your hearts,
the self-proclaimed sports analyst. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. I'm sure we'll be back very soon over the weekend. We have okay, Dan, you got to give David one more dance.
This time I didn't break your flow. Someone else did.
I need to get some better dance music.
Oh, yeah.
It is soft.
Okay, hold on.
Then real sensual.
Leans out of it.
Yeah,
I just confused.
very confused. I'm always confused.
There we go. We got lots of dancing from Dan to end the night. Thank you very much for everyone who stuck with us and sent all the likes, comments. We got some new subscribers tonight, so thank you very much for the subscribe. Look at all the subscribers!
A lot of new viewers, so thank you for joining us from all over the place, all over in
All
America
over the world.
too, West Coast, Elliott Lake, Northern Ontario. So thank you.
But thank you for joining us. We will be back. Follow us on all the social medias. And until next time, remember, when you join us at the analyst desk, every day always feels like game day. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Adam is waving as well. You just can't see him.
True. I am.
Hopefully he's not giving us the
Oh,
finger.
Lane's wave's going crazy.
Oh my gosh, goodbye. I'll miss you.